TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, for this afternoon's playoff matchup between Murphysboro and Macomb. He's Tony Weston. I'm Caden Strenz. We thank you so much for joining us here for an exciting matchup. 8 and 9 seeds going at it, and Tony, John was right behind me a moment ago.
We've had a little confusion, people running around here, but you know what? It's time, strapped up, and we are ready to go with some Midwest high school football, and you couldn't ask for a better day. Not too hot, not too cool, just perfect temperature, sun shining down, and these teams are on the field getting ready to throw down.
Earlier in the week, the weather wasn't exactly sure if it was going to be dry or if it was going to rain today, but it turns out to be an absolutely gorgeous afternoon. It looks like Murphysboro will be kicking first. The Bombers will receive on this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely, and Murphysboro's going to kick the ball off, and that puts the Bombers' offense with Braden Holdhouse at quarterback, who's had a great year again, and he's got Drew Watson, his safety net, but also another weapon has developed this year and has come on throughout the season. Kylan McMillan has had a great year, and then, of course, Jack Beal contributes. We've had a host of people at the running back position.
Ooh, it's bobbled. Got a fall on it, and they do at the 10-yard line. So we are underway. Enjoy the game from wherever you may be watching, and let us know in the comments below. So the Bombers will start this from their own 10.
So looking at the Murphysboro defense, they play a 4-2-5. That means they have 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, the inside linebackers, and then they have 5 players in what they call the umbrella. So you can consider them defensive backs. A couple of them, they're more traditional linebackers. They got decent size at the linebacker position. The line is not overly huge, but I'll tell you right now, their nose tackle, number 31, is a dude. Quick, strong. He blows up offenses.
Holdhouse, quick pass to the outside, complete. Looks to move the chains past the 20. And they'll mark him down at the 23-yard line. It's a first down.
Murphysboro's going to pay a lot of attention to number 1 and number 2, and right there the ball goes straight out to number 7, Jack Beal. Macomb just has a lot of weapons. You got to count for all of them. And what we want to watch right now is number 2's their best cornerback, and I want to see where he's lining up. So he's on the far side. He's lining up with Kylan McMillan, it looks like.
Yeah, Cade Brooks over there, Holdhouse. Going deep over the middle. Wide open, but overthrown. Incomplete. That was the intended target, Drew Watson, and it's second down. Ooh, man, that could have been a huge start to this game.
He's wide open. He gets through the defense, and it looked like the ball was thrown pretty well. He just didn't get under it.
So it'll bring up second down and 10. Both these teams have combined for 42 playoff appearances.
Yeah, and he's flipped sides. So number 2's locked on number 2.
Second and 10.
23's blitzing. Throw behind him.
Looks like a screen complete. Looks like
Keep
Beal.
Keep going.
About the
Drive.
30, maybe the 31. And a little bit short of the first, but a third and manageable here for the Bombers.
So that's something you see on film. So number 23 is technically a part of what you call that umbrella, all right? But he's an outside linebacker. He sometimes plays up as a stand-up D-end, sometimes plays as a D-back, but he will squeeze in and blitz, and he showed it early right there. So you got to have an at-line trigger call to get that ball out behind the spot he just vacated. The Bombers did it perfectly right there.
Holdhouse keeps it. And we'll see if he gets to the 33. Looks like he does. He has the first down. He's still up.
He's still going.
Moving to the 37. More than enough to move the chains for the Bombers there.
Now you really want to cap this drive off with a touchdown, because right there, that's a huge moment in a football game where not only did they get that first down, but they showed toughness. They showed, we are going to move this football through you, carrying you on our shoulders if we have to. So they've got to keep up this momentum. That can be a huge statement.
First and 10 from their own 39, starting all the way back at the 10. And we have a stoppage here.
Timeout, Murphysboro.
Timeout called by Murphysboro. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back with you in 30 seconds.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
That was a defense optional game.
Back with you here as we've got 1st and 10 for Macomb from their own 39-yard line. Murphysboro using an early timeout here in the first quarter. Got just over 10 minutes left here in this first quarter. Nothing. Still the Bombers in the middle of their first drive. So after that powerful QB draw, it's 1st and 10. Looks to be a bubble screen, and he's got some good yards on that one. Kyler Norton past the 45.
Yeah, Murphysboro didn't play it bad. However, it didn't break down. The cornerback stood straight up. Kyler Norton gets the ball in his hands, and he just pivots back in towards the field and ends up picking up about 7-8 yards. Looks like a gain of 8.
Yeah, 2nd and 2 from the 47.
So Trips 23 walks out to the inside slot. Yes, safety over. Yep, now they move him over. Oh, 23's coming.
It's Bryson
Bring him
Canali.
again. Bring him again. Throw behind him. Nope. That was a good little sugar.
Holdhouse.
Get
Gonna
deep.
fire it
He's
deep. And
that one was thrown
out of
beyond.
bounds.
And
Intended for Kyler McMillan.
Yeah, and I think that Braden Holdhouse had to get rid of that ball a little bit before he wanted to. There was some pressure on him, so he kind of had to guess the distance and threw that quite a ways. But if you're going to miss beyond everybody, so there's no danger. That's not a dangerous throw.
So now it's 3rd and 2.
Just
Last
short.
time we saw 3rd and 2. They did the QB draw and just pushing everyone forward.
So I think that this is just short of midfield. This may be you've got 2 chances to get 2 yards here.
3rd and 2. A little bit of a high snap. Going to go
There it
with
is
the quick
again.
pass. It's complete. Moving the chains for the first down of the Bombers. Another 3rd down conversion, and they move into Red Devil territory.
So you can see the communication at the line. That is, I was curious before. I'm 100% convinced right now that is an at-the-line check, that Braden Holdhouse sees that early sugar by number 23, that he's coming, and he throws it right behind him to the inside slot that he just vacated, and that's an easy 2, 3, 4, 5 yards. It was 8 yards earlier. It was enough there to pick up the first down, which is all you need.
Holdhouse keeps it up the middle towards the outside. He's
He's
got some
broken
room
free!
all the way. Is he going to go?
No
He
laundry on the
will
field.
Go
That's
for
a
the
touchdown! Bombers!
Bombers in front 6-0. Holdhouse with the keeper.
Now on that play, there wasn't even any motion. I'm not sure what it was, but everybody on Murphysboro went to the field. They all rotated to the field. Braden Holdhouse calls his own number. He only has one guy to miss, and then it's a track race, and Braden Holdhouse does pretty well in races and gets the sideline and gets into the end zone. And, folks, that drive couldn't have gone too much better. And, once again, standing room only for this performance of Cats.
There you go. 7-0, 90-yard drive. And the Bombers will head the defense when we come back.
MTC Communication.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Back with you here as the Bombers are ahead 7-0 over the Red Devils here. after that 90-yard touchdown drive. Holthouse capping it off with a long run. And now the Red Devils will take the possession here, kicking it off. Bounces about the 23, going to return it from the 20.
Oh, boy.
He's got some room and brought down at the 39, it looks like. So that's where the Red Devils will start this first possession. Red Devils offense. Strong season for them so far. As we take a look at their season recap here, which I might have lost it.
So number 0 is so they're 7-2. They come in 7-2. They play a nice 3A 4A schedule. They've had a really nice year, but number 0, that running back, has elite speed, and he just took the kickoff. They're going deep. That's a dangerous throw. Oh, man, but it's back shoulder.
All the way down to the 20-yard line.
Coverage was there. Back shoulder throw. The receiver adjusted to the ball. A great adjustment, and that's a huge chunk play. That gets a lot of momentum back for Murphysboro.
So 1st and 10, they mark him down right at the 20, 41-yard completion. 1st and 10. In motion, shotgun snap.
Oh,
got some movement.
Murphysboro just took a play out of Tanner Horrell's playbook with the freeze call and picked up a free 5. Got that, it's round 1 of the playoffs. You've had a great season. Everything, the whole schedule turns over. There's a lot of excitement for these young guys. You just scored a huge touchdown, and they went ahead and played on that. There's number 0.
And looks to be brought down inside the 10. And because of that 5-yard penalty, should be enough. And they will give him the first down. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
So this is where, if you're the Bombers, you got to tighten up. You got to take that breath. Those defensive linemen, we've talked about it all year. You can't play hero ball. You got to hold your gap. You got to stop those running backs' feet. That's a little early movement there.
Figure hands it off near the 5 and brought down. So 2nd and goal coming up here, as that was Mason Bastion with the carry.
Drake May's helmet came off, so he's got to come off the field for a play.
7.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Bombers 7, Red Devils nothing, but they look to score here about the 5-yard line. Figure will hand it off. Down. Did he get it into the end zone?
I think they're going to mark him at
marking him at the
inch
1
line.
Yeah, really close. He tried to stretch it at the end there from Kellum, but they will mark him short. So 3rd and about an inch. See what they want to do here. They could keep it.
Now they're going to go quick hitter here. It looks like they're going to go sneak. Oh, they go Wildcat.
Oh, they give it to Callum, and he is in for the touchdown. The Red Devils are on the board with the rushing touchdown from Callum. And it's 7-6 here in this first quarter.
Real nice patience. So they go Wildcat there. Direct snap to Kellum. He starts to go up the middle. The middle was filled, and he just kind of slides off to the right. And there's Bombers there, but oh my goodness.
There might have been some movement on the defensive side. They
just got the Bombers to jump again, and now they're going for 2.
Ooh. So that puts them at the 2 or 1. Half the distance. It looks like the 2-yard line from here, but they might have to move it here. So it looks like now it's at the 1. Going for 2 here. For the lead after that.
And they're going to go direct snap
movement.
again. Inside handoff.
Gives it off, and there it is. The Red Devils take the lead 8-7 here in this first quarter. Few penalties there that help the Red Devils, especially on that one right there. And they have the lead 8-7. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back after these messages.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Back with you here as the Red Devils are ahead 8-7 over the Macomb Bombers. Murphysboro taking the 244-mile trip from Murphysboro to Macomb. I would take it this morning, probably.
Yeah, I would think so.
Just under 4 hours to get here. And the Red Devils will kick it away. It'll be returned. Ooh, bobbled again from the 5. Trying to get some yards back and brought down towards the 15, maybe past towards the 17. It'll be first down for the Bombers. Second muffed one on the return unit this afternoon.
Yeah, the kickoff returns have not been clean, and started our last drive on the 10. Obviously worked out, but you don't want to continuously have this kind of starting position. Murphysboro on the other side got a nice return out closer to midfield, and that big play to start the game helps them out tremendously. So far it's been an offensive contest.
First and 10 from the 17. Holthouse going to throw it up towards the outside and incomplete, just out of the reach of Watson. Second down.
Yep, that's 3 throws now that have been beyond the reach of the receivers, where the receivers have been there. He's just got to calibrate that gun and dial that in. Nice little corner route. Coverage wasn't bad, but he got a little separation there at the end. But the throw was beyond. Now, that time 23 came into a linebacker position, but he did it late enough that they weren't able to do an at-line call.
So second and 10. Holthouse, quick pass to Watson. This time it's complete. Nice tackle, though. Brought down at around the 26. It's a 3rd and 1 coming up. Tackle definitely saving the first down.
So there's a couple of Murphysboro, when you watch it on film, they definitely have one of their safeties is truly the better safety. One of their cornerbacks is their better cornerback. Doesn't mean the other player's bad by any stretch. They're good football players. I mean, these guys are in the playoffs, 7-2. But there's the ones that you would rather target, and at that point right there, number 18. Even though number 3 is probably their better corner, number 18 did a really nice job of stepping up there and making the play. And he tends to be around the ball a lot.
Meanwhile, on that third down, a handoff up the gut, just enough to move the chains, just past the 27-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 now, the Bombers. Their third down conversion of this quarter. Got some movement there.
Return the favor.
There you go.
Return the favor. Now, early in this game, we've seen a lot of quick game. We've seen a lot of now throws. And they've been successful for the Bombers. What you're seeing is 23 is either apexing out or going out to that inside slot receiver, but he's coming into the box. They've got a deeper safety and a cornerback outside, so it opens up these now routes, these quick screens. And the Bombers are getting little chunks of yards on him. Not huge, but enough to keep moving the ball.
Holthouse gets away from the
Downfield.
pressure. He's open.
Oh, he
and
stopped.
complete. Watson stumbled.
Oh.
And it's 2nd and 5.
Oh, is that going to be a hold or?
Oh, yeah, as you said, we do have a flag. Looks like in the backfield, and
Yeah.
it is holding against the offense. Holthouse did have some quick pressure on him and had to maneuver some Red Devils. And they say in the process of that, there was a hold on the field. So that'll move the Bombers back.
So at any rate, what I was saying is with those quick throws, they're throwing into a bubble that's being created by the defense. I'm interested to see at what point and what the adjustment is that Murphysboro will make, because they will. They'll make an adjustment to try and shut down those quick throws.
So back to the 27.
First and about 16 here. No, about 15.
Yeah, they'll say first and 15 here. Holdhouse rolls out to the left. Throws it short. It's complete. Watson will get towards the 27.
About 4, maybe 5.
Yeah, looks to get those yards back. 2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, right at the stick. So essentially that incomplete pass stands.
There you go. Replay, 2nd down, and hindsight. Just under 5 minutes ago in this first quarter, Red Devils 8, Bombers 7 on a beautiful Saturday afternoon in Macomb. I want to thank everyone who has tuned in so far. An exciting first quarter, and it's expected to last the whole game. Holdhouse rolls to the right. Pass is complete.
What a catch.
Watson comes down with it to the 38.
Really nice play. That's a stick out route, and it was a little beyond Watson. He stretches out full lateral right at the fingertips, is able to corral it into the body. And the big thing about that catch, Caden, is he brings it to the body and rolls his body so that the ground doesn't cause an incompletion.
So they mark him down at the 37. This is a 3rd and 1. Bombers already with 1 conversion this drive, 3 for the quarter.
It's going to go the up back. Nope, it's a sneak.
Holdhouse is going to keep it. Looks like he has it down to the 39.
I think he got tackled to a first down.
Yeah, sure looked like it at the end of the play there, and that is more than enough to move the chains. They'll mark him down. Let's see,
Yeah,
39.
23 had come from, I keep saying 23. Let's get his name. Bryson Cannelly slides in from his outside linebacker position. He gets a hold of Braden Holdhouse behind the sticks, but tackles him forward instead of bringing him back.
Cannelly sits at 6'1", 215 pounds, 1st and 10. Another quick pass, and able to come down with it is McMillan. Not sure if that was the intended plan there, but they are able to make the completion work. A gain of about 8. 2nd down and 3 from the 46. We have got 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Bombers in their 2nd drive. Both drives have started inside the 20. Holdhouse will take it from the shotgun. He's going to throw it up.
And there it
McMillan incomplete, and there you go. I think that's the 4th this quarter, a pair both from Watson and McMillan, and it's 3rd down.
Yep, just outside of the reach. And again, we'd rather you miss deep than short, but we got to get those calibrated because they're there.
Do you think nerves might have to do with it here? Maybe the adrenaline's higher?
I'd say adrenaline more than nerves, but yeah, I think that could be a factor.
Yeah.
I'm just looking out now, trying to look at the wind.
That is
Luckily,
true,
it is nothing like it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
2 years ago when these two teams played in the 2nd round of the playoffs here in Macomb, it was terrible wind.
Oh.
And if you had the football going into the wind, forget about throwing the football. That was not going to be a thing.
It looks to be just shy of the 1st down towards the 47, maybe 48. It's 4th and short. Definitely a situation where you could probably see the Bombers go for it here. And they're staying out as of now. See 16 and 20 checking for Macomb. Logan and Hoge. 2:10 to go, 4th and 2.
Could be a sneak again.
Line to gain is 49.
Where's the bubble?
2 backers in the backfield. Maybe a hard count. And I think a timeout here.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe hard count, the original plan, and we'll see if they want to keep going for it here. But, yeah, as you said, you were talking about the wind. Wind definitely not as bad as you mentioned 2 years ago, and not as bad as earlier this week either. Kind of a funny short story here for you. Earlier this week when we were doing our production over at Western Illinois for soccer, one of the TVs actually went airborne. It went in the air.
My.
The monitor went in the air out there on the table, and we had to tape it down, but even then it was still moving around left and right. So
Wow.
yeah, it gets pretty windy out here, and not as windy as it was earlier in the week. And as you said, 2 years ago, November 5th, 2022, the last time these two teams met in the postseason.
Yeah, that was a game. Bombers shot out to a nice, comfortable lead. Came out after halftime, and when they were going into the wind at halftime, it was bad. Murphysboro had the win. They got back into the game, and I remember late in the fourth quarter, they ran a Statue of Liberty play. The Bombers just had everything going against them. They had all-world receiver that year. J.T. Jeter was unavailable. He was injured. They lost 2 outside linebackers during the course of the game, and, of course, with a third-string linebacker out there, I believe, if I remember correctly, they ran that play right at that spot and scored a long touchdown to take the lead. He's got it.
Looks like he got just past the 48 at the 49. If it's at the 49, it moves the chains. It looked like he got right at that 49-yard line.
Well, judging by the feet of the officials, should be fine.
Should be enough, yeah. Let's see.
Just move them.
They are going to move the chains. It's a 4th down conversion for the Bombers, and they keep this drive alive at midfield. This crowd is absolutely roaring right now. A huge 4th down conversion there late in this first quarter. Yeah, right at that 49, maybe just prior, just behind that line. 1st and 10, though, for the Bombers nonetheless. We've seen 2 3rd down conversions this drive and a 4th down. They're at midfield. Holthouse is going to throw it up. Watson's there. It's complete. Inside the 30, a 1st down for the Bombers.
Big play down the field, and that was a matchup that they had figured out pre-snap, and we talked a little bit earlier about identifying the corner that you want to target. And they did that on that play. In fact, they ran trips to the far side, and they got the one-on-one, and once they saw that, Holthouse didn't look anywhere else. He just let that route develop. It was a 2-move route. He made a move inside, then ran that corner, and it was an easy pitch and catch.
1:10 left in this first quarter. Holthouse, slant over the middle, complete, falling down. Inside the 25, Watson again.
I think he was looking to plant that left foot and swirl back towards the boundary, and his feet just slipped out from under him.
So 2nd down and 5.
But, yeah, you'll take a 5-yard pickup on 1st down.
Yeah. Down to 40 seconds left in this first quarter. 2nd and 5. Holthouse looks to throw. Open. Complete. McMillan inside the 5. Taking a big hit.
Oh, no.
McMillan took a huge hit there. Kind of banged up, but able to get up on his own. And he's going to come off down to the 2-yard line. Hopefully McMillan is all right. That was a big hit that he took. Just hope that he's all right. He's up on his own right now onto the sideline here, which is good news right now, but obviously you hope that McMillan just taking a breather here on that big hit. Down to 10 seconds left in this first quarter. 1st and goal. Holthouse hands it off. Stuffed.
Oh,
unless the ball might have came out. And let's see what the officials are signaling. Red Devils claim they have it, and the refs say they do. The Red Devils force a goal line stop late in this first quarter, and they'll have it inside their 5-yard line.
Inside their 1.
Oh, yeah, even all the way back there to the 1 with 10 seconds, or excuse me, 0.4 of a second left in this quarter. So the final play coming up here, and
well, if you're ever going to dial up a tackle for a loss, this is a great time for it.
1st and 10 inside the 1. Final play of this first as the Red Devils come out. All bunched up.
Now they're running that Wildcat again.
They're going to hand it off. Looks to get towards about the 6-7
darn it.
yard line. That'll end this first quarter. The Red Devils, the biggest play of the game on defense, all the way down to the 1, and it came free where they forced the turnover.
Boy, and I tell you what, if you remember week 2, I believe it was, Bombers had a lot of turnovers. It was a game that they won against Knoxville, but fumbled the ball 4 times, threw a couple interceptions, and that's a big point of emphasis moving forward. And they've really cleaned that up, and that just popped back up here at the worst time as you're going into the end zone. You had a 82 and a half yard drive, and the ball comes out at the half-yard line.
Well, both teams will regroup. The second quarter coming up here in just a moment. You're listening to this TSSR presentation presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Second quarter, just about to begin here. He's Tony Weston. I'm Caden Strenz. So the Red Devils have it inside their own 10. 2nd and 5 from their own 6.
They're staying with that tight formation and the Wildcat to the running back.
Kellum to the outside. He's got the first down to about the 15. So the Red Devils have done a nice job of getting out of their own territory with Kellum there. And right now they're at the 16-yard line.
And the senior Gibson Fager comes back out onto the field.
Matthew Lopez and Jeremiah Vaughn on the right. Fager going to throw to the outside. It's complete. It's got a block past the 25 and towards the 27. That's DeJohn Beard with the completion and the first down.
So Murphysboro there said, hey, I like that quick game idea you got going on there. And they motion into trips, and they run their own little slip screen with the wide receiver and pick up about 12, it looked like.
Yeah, down at the 28. Second first down conversion of this drive. Play number 4.
Now you've got a lineman out in the inside slot.
Kellum will keep it towards the left. Another nice gain past the 35, maybe the 38. And let's see, looks like 2nd and short. Except now they're going to move the chain, so they will give them the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 38.
Yeah, I would say when you see 99, big number 99, he's just a huge young man. When you see him slide out there to that inside slot position, you might think, oh, he's playing a tight end.
Yeah.
The ball's probably going that way.
Yeah, Hale 6'6", 265 pounds, and it was originally Kellum. Now it is Canali, excuse me. So from Kellum to Canali. And a nice gain there once again.
Little inside counter there. All the motions going toward 99. And they run a little counter back to the boundary. Picked up a nice gain of about 6-7 yards.
2nd and 3 from the 45. This started inside the 1. Lots of motion there. Fager going to roll to the right. He's going to throw. It is
nice
incomplete.
Job.
Broken up.
Nolan Hogue with a phenomenal defensive play.
Hogue is pumped up there, and rightfully so. Huge job there breaking up that pass and forcing a 3rd and 3 from the 45.
That pass was completed. The hands are extended. The ball's out. Nolan Ho gets there, gets his hand in, and knocks the ball away before it's completed. A little activity after the play.
Yeah.
Tanner Horrell got out onto the field to let his team know that that was unacceptable.
Trying to avoid those after the play penalties. 3rd and 3. Up the middle, and did he get enough?
Oh,
He
that
might have
extra
at the
effort.
end. Bryson Canali. Off the naked eye, it looked like he had enough. We'll see where they put him.
Looks like they
Looks
bringing
like
it
they're
back a
gonna put
little
him
bit.
short. 4th and inches for now. Whoa, from the 48-yard line. And hurrying off the field.
So now they're going to go to the Wildcat.
Bombers crowd is trying to pump this defense up for a stop. 4th and inches from the 48. Can feel this boost shaking so slightly. 4th down. Ball's out! It's a turnover on downs at the 40-yard line. Wow.
Looked like the running back who is playing quarterback. This is a risk you take when you run formations like this. It looks like this running back starts running before the snap gets to him. And it's to his back hip, and he just never contains the ball. It hits the ground, and he just covers it. There's nothing much more. He's not going to be able to pick it up and make a play. There's Bombers on top of him. Now the Bombers have the ball back at the plus 40.
1st and 10. Huge stop there from the Bombers after that fumble inside the 1. Brought down at the 39 with the handoff there from Malachi Conley.
And I love that play call because you know what they did? They just said, hey, Malachi, we got the stop. We got the football back for you with the TOD. Here's the rock again because you're our guy, and we know you're our guy. Get that confidence back.
2nd and 9 from the 39. Just under 9 minutes left in this first half. Both teams with defensive stops after opening drive touchdowns. Holthouse tipped and incomplete.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Broken up by William Falkenbury. It's 3rd and 9.
He made the decision to knock that ball down, but that ball was in his breadbasket, and there wasn't anybody in front of him. I think he did the Bombers a favor there.
Yeah.
But now you've got a 3rd and long. You're at the sticks, basically.
39 needing to get to the 30. After that fumble on 4th and inches from Kellum. 3rd and 9. Holthouse to the left is going to throw. Watson's got separation. Complete. All the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
No flags, and the Bombers have reclaimed the lead. Sorry, folks out there.
You're good. A huge 39-yard touchdown. Holthouse to Watson. The Bombers in front 13-8 with 8:29 left in the first half.
I knew that was going to come up at some point. I'm an elementary school teacher, and it's getting to be that season. Oh, we're all dealing with something right now.
Yep. Bombers needed that.
We don't have a cough button here, folks.
No.
I apologize.
No, you're good. So we'll have the extra point here. Snap. Hold. Kick.
Get over. He
No
did
good.
not.
It's short. The Bombers, they take the lead 13-8 with the Watson touchdown. We'll take a quick break. We're back after this.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
Bombers ahead 13-8. After that Holthouse to Watson connection after the defensive stop. Kellum with that fumble. The Bombers take advantage of the good field positioning and have a 13-8 lead right now as they'll kick away with 8:29 to go in this first half. It's an onside-er, and falling on it is number 13, Maxon Stearns. Looks to be at the 48.
Yeah, that onside, they're looking for a surprise onside. Go ahead and pick that up. Thank you, Edgar Rodriguez. Just sent me a message, said, I need some medicine. I need some Ricola. My buddy's always looking out for me. He's the emergency director, actually, so he's on top of this situation.
Oh, nice.
But what you wanted is that one big bounce, and preferably in a perfect world, it happens right before it gets to the lineman on the front, and it just looked like a ground ball to a shortstop. Unfortunate.
Shotgun snap.
From
They
zero.
hand it off to Kellum, past the 50, down towards the 46.
Okay, so this is about a 5-6 yard pickup, which you don't want. That's not good. However, what happened there is people stayed home. They didn't quite stalemate their blocks, obviously. They got driven a little bit downfield. But what they did is they created a shield. He never got to full speed. So his feet have to stop, and he's stretching out towards the sidelines. They're spilling it down. Now, what we have to do is take those one-on-ones, stalemate them at the line, and still create that spill.
2nd and 5.
So you got trips into the boundary, big tight end out this way.
Figure communicating with the left side. Figure's got some pressure.
Oh!
He's got to throw it.
He threw it
And
away.
Out of bounds there. Looks like a receiver was in the area. So 3rd down coming up. Another big 3rd down here. Right at midfield.
Yeah, there's a lot of people yelling for intentional grounding
yeah.
there. He had a big Alex Brown in his face, bringing him down, but there was a trail receiver
In the area.
Now he threw it 20 yards past him, but that's not for an official to determine. I mean, there was a receiver in the area.
So 3rd and 5 from the 47. Needing to get to about the 42.
Hand off to 0.
Kellum down at about the 42.
He's got it.
Enough?
Yeah, he's got it.
Looks like the official is going to put him past that line to gain. And it is a 1st down, so a 3rd down conversion there from the Red Devils, and courtesy of Kellum, who's had a lot of carries so far.
And will continue. He's their guy. He's their workhorse. And again, they're doing a good job of making it so that it's not a sprint here. It's not a track meet. They're stretching him out. They're making him run horizontal. But they either have to be able to stalemate those one-on-ones, or they have to fill a little bit harder to get those. Looks like there's an equipment issue.
Running from the right to the left side there is Jeremiah Vaughn. And coming in,
But
looks like
they got to fill on those spills in order to create those either 0 plays or negative plays.
Granados on the right side. Figure's going to roll to the left. He's
To the
open.
big
It's
man.
complete for the 1st down to about the 20.
What is this?
Cameron Hale with that completion. So the Red Devils are moving inside the 21, or right at the 21 for this 1st down. 6.5 minutes to play in this half. As we said earlier, Hale sitting at 6'6", 265 pounds, the junior. For this Red Devil offense, 1st and 10. They'll hand it off to Kellum. Not much there. Gain of about 1. 2nd and 9.
Does a really nice job of bursting forward, but was in the grasp of big Alex Brown, brought him to the ground.
Just under 6 minutes to play in this 1st half. For 2nd and 8 from the 19 in the red zone here are the Red Devils. for the second time today. Going to be a quick pitch to the right.
Stretch.
Trying to get some blockers. Able to make it to about the 15. It's a 3rd and manageable here for Murphysboro. See where the officials want to put him down, where he went out. Looks like past the 15 all the way to about the 13.
Wow.
So it looks to be a 3rd and 2 from the 13-yard line. Red Devils' first red zone trip resulted in 6. This is a 3rd and short.
Get there, get home.
They're going to go with the out route to the left. Complete. First down and into the end zone for the score. And the Red Devils take the lead. 14-13 on the 13-yard completion. It's Renato with the touchdown. And the Red Devils are in front.
Well, I can tell you this. Obviously, I'm looking at the action on the other end, but the quarterback, number 7, spent a lot of time arguing with the head official. Very animated. And that might be something to keep your eye on, because that usually doesn't go in your favor very well.
Usually doesn't bode too well. They're going to go for 2 here to try and make this a 3-point lead. Callum in motion. It's going to be a flip from Callum towards the outside.
Stretch, get there.
It's got to get there. He
No!
doesn't. He's stuffed, and it remains a 1-point game.
Boy, I tell you what, and I've never been a particular fan of the Brian Nordstrom junior college style of extra motion, of extraneous motion, where it's a lot of window dressing, because what you just saw right there is they slowed their own play down. If they right off that first exchange, he's in.
Yeah.
But they do the second exchange, and it slows everything down. The Bombers were all the way over. It gave them an opportunity to recover and a couple of those speed guys to get there, knock them out of bounds, and end that attempt. So, just my opinion. Obviously, I'm up here calling it. I'm not down there on the field. But sometimes it's probably better. My brother Joe, who was my offensive coordinator the first 2 years, he always said, let's go for 2, and we're gonna do the same play every time. We'll even tell them. Yeah. We're gonna go straight downhill, and it gives our linemen an ability to say, hey, guys, we're coming right here, and you're not gonna stop us because we only need 2.5 yards, and that's what we're getting. Now, that's so much easier said than done, and a lot of people want to run gadget plays and everything, but that such a slow developing play is, high risk and high reward.
Yeah. Looks like about a 15-yard return there from inside the 10. Maybe a little bit longer, as it'll be 1st and 10 for Macomb at around the 25. Looks like they'll put him at the 24. 16-yard return. And the Bombers will start this drive from their own 24. It's the best return that they've had on the special teams this game. Three receivers on the left, going to the right, complete. McMillan breaks the tackle and is able to get the first down towards the 40-yard line.
So there's plenty of time here. In a perfect world, there's about
5 minutes.
5-10 right now. They'll call it back in here in a second. But you'd like to use about 5 minutes and 9 seconds and punch it in.
Holdhouse going to throw.
Oh, boy.
And it's
dropped. Thank goodness.
It's dropped by the Red Devil. Oh, my goodness. That looked to be, and it was Jeremiah Vaughn who just dropped it for the Red Devils.
Well, that's
break.
good for the Bombers. That's a huge break, because I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication on the routes Kylan McMillan was staying to the sideline, and Braden Holdhouse threw that into the field almost like he expected him to come on a post. And that was thrown directly to number 14. Just couldn't hang on.
Holdhouse a big exhale there. This whole Macomb team, obviously.
Now take advantage.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. Holdhouse to the left. He's going to fire. Incomplete again, and that one could have possibly been picked as well. That was a little tougher.
Yeah.
But almost having that as Cade Brooks. So back-to-back contested throws, and it's a 3rd and 10 with 5 minutes on the dot to go.
And this one isn't necessarily a no-brainer. I mean, you got to pick up a chunk if you're expecting to go for this on 4th down, especially with the situation being you don't want to give Murphysboro an opportunity for the 1-and-1. So picking up this 3rd and 10 would be ideal.
Needing to get to the 47. 3rd down. Again, Holdhouse scrambles to the left, has pressure. He's going to get out.
That's going to be
down
a punt.
to about the 36. And it's 4th and long for Macomb. We'll see what they do here. Haven't seen the punting unit come out yet, and it looks like now they might be. And it looks like the punting unit will come out now. So 4th and 11, the Red Devils defense forcing a stop. The Bombers will punt away, it looks like, for the first time today. .4:15 to go. Good snap.
Oh, boy.
Punt is very high, not very far. It will bounce just straight across, not forwards or backwards, but from left to right. And at about the 49-yard line is where the Red Devils will start this drive.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That ball just goes straight up in the air and doesn't really go very far. About a 14-yard net punt. So Bombers defense has a big task right here.
Yep. A 1-point game right now, 14-13 Red Devils over the Bombers. Red Devils will receive the second half kickoff. So this turns into one of the biggest possessions of this game so far, and it could tell.
There's inside reverse on the counter.
What could come in the second half is that, as you said, the reverse counter brought down past the 47, or past the 48, excuse me. So a gain of about 3. 2nd and 6.
Need a play out of the defense right here. Here's a jet threat. Go past it. Inside handoff to 0.
Callum has
And
got
there
some
he goes.
room. Callum is brought down at about the 33.
Who
Moves
is that?
the chains.
That Drake May just lunged out there and saved a touchdown.
Yeah. So it's a first down. Looks like they will mark him right at the 33. Ground game has worked for this Red Devils offense. Kellum, that big target, that big player on the ground for him. The senior at 5'9", 170 pounds.
Just gonna say he's not a real big kid, but he plays big, doesn't he?
Yeah. 1st and 10. Callum again. Handoff to about the 24. Rolls over to the 23, but probably put them down at the 24. That's a gain of about 9. So 2nd and 1. Down to 2.5 minutes left in this half. The Red Devils will continue to eat as much of this clock as they can, with them getting the ball to start this second half.
Come on, D-line.
2nd and 1. Anticipate Callum again.
There's that inside reverse counter.
Reverse. It's a first down. down to about the 15 from Kellum to Bastian. So Norton picks up the tackle. The Devils are down inside the 20 at the 16. We're now down to 2 minutes left in this first half. First and 10. Kellum. Fager keeps it. Kind of an option play there. And down to the 13. Definitely fooled me there. 2nd and 7. Down to a minute and a half.
Got a bit further than I thought.
Yeah. Minute and a half to go. Bombers with all 3 timeouts. Or 2 timeouts, excuse me. Bombers have a pair of timeouts, and so does Murphysboro. So we'll see. Time management may become, in essence, a factor here as we reach 1:08 left in the half.
There's a handoff. Stretch it, get in there. Good
Brought
tackle.
down at the 10. So 3rd down coming up. We'll see a timeout called here. What side did they call it on? Murphysboro called the timeout. So the Red Devils are down to 1 timeout with this 3rd down coming up at the 10. So halftime coming up, and during this halftime I'll go over some scores from the Macomb side of the bracket as well as the other side here in this 4A division bracket. My hometown in the 4A as well. They fell short yesterday.
Who's that?
Sandwich, Illinois.
Sandwich,
against
Illinois.
Wheaton Academy. It's a very solid team. Wheaton Academy definitely is, and they took care of them 55-19. Though, at the end of half, I want to say it was 21-13. So it was a competitive first half. And then it just kind of got away later in that second half.
I have a buddy that went to Sandwich High School, but 100 years before you did.
Yeah.
And he played football there, almost played football at Western. He considered it, but he's actually a theater type of person.
Yeah.
And, in fact, now he's moved back to the Midwest. He's running a theater up in Dixon, Illinois. But he lived for years in L.A., and he was actually in the movie The Longest Yard.
Really?
With Adam Sandler. He was he did the football activities for one of the actors. Stretch. Get there.
He's got room. He's in the end zone. And the Red Devils pick up a huge touchdown in the final minute of this first half. That's Mason Bastian again. Callum to Bastian has been a good connection on that reverse. And it's 20-13.
Yeah. Dip down there a little bit. Yeah, so that was another slow developing play, but the blockers were in place, and they had the numbers to that side, and it was just a patient run by number 20.
Cade Brooks out for the extra point, which is good. So 53.8 seconds to go. A quick timeout here. 21-13 Red Devils here on TSSR Game Time Live.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Red Devils ahead, 21-13. 53.8 seconds left in this first half. He's Tony Weston. I'm Caden Struns. Bombers look to get something going here in this final minute of the half as the Red Devils will start with the ball in this second half. So they're going to have to go quick. Still a pair of timeouts. Red Devils will kick it away. It's a long one. Inside the 5, returning it towards the 20, just inside the 20 and out of bounds. Looks like the 18-yard line with 48 seconds to play.
So that was and I don't get me wrong for a second, I understand the decision, but that was one of those weird ones where Murphysboro's kicker has a leg. We've seen that. He caught that ball inside the 5, right around the 3.
Yeah.
Probably goes into the end zone for a touchback.
And his momentum wasn't forward either,
No.
having to run back to get that.
And and no time comes off the clock in that situation. However, if it falls up short, if it goes out of bounds, whatever, then you're in real dire straits. So had to make a decision, and he got it out closer to the 20, about 16, 17.
1st and 10. Officials put him at the 17, 48 seconds. Quick pass to the outside. Watson gets some movement.
Breaks the tackle.
There he goes. Past the 50 and out of bounds. What a huge play there from Watson. Thought he would have been brought down inbounds and around the 30, but gets an extra 20 yards.
Yeah, they had 2 cracks at him to bring him down inbounds to keep that clock running. Instead, he picks up an extra 25, 30 yards and gets out of bounds and stops the clock.
Yeah, don't have to use a timeout, which they have a pair. 38.4 seconds at the 47 in the Red Devils territory. Holdhouse fires over the middle, complete.
Timeout.
First down
Timeout.
at about the 25. The Bombers.
Nope, they're not using it.
Well, they might have to. Slow to get up.
Oh, because he
It
got
is Norden. But so the
because the clock stopped because of the first
down.
down.
Yeah. So now it's going.
Now snap it.
30 seconds. Down to
Snap the ball.
25. Still 2 timeouts. Holdhouse is going to throw it over the middle. Complete.
Touchdown,
Wide open.
Bombers!
Touchdown.
Wow! They get the football back with well under a minute to go, and 3 plays later have the ball in the end zone.
Kylan McMillan with
Yeah,
that reception. Touchdown over the middle.
We talked week
Wow.
1. It was me and Johnny. Week 1, and we said this young man is going to make a play at some point that has a massive impact on not just the game but the season. That may have been it right there, because that gives the Bombers humongous momentum going into the locker room. Now, very smart. Tanner Horrell, let's call a timeout. I don't think they're going to kick this. I think that they're going to go ahead and look to tie up the football game heading into the locker room.
18 seconds left. That drive took all of just 30 seconds as they had the possession with 48.2. Right now, 18.1 left on the clock. So
What's nuts is they did that without using a timeout.
yeah, no, I mean, that's amazing. You saw Watson break off that tackle, go for an extra 25, 30 yards. Then on the very
And
next
get out of
play,
bounds.
Yeah, get out of bounds. And then on the very next play, they were able to get Norden, who took a bigger hit, was slower to get up, but they were able to get up because the clock stopped with the first down. And then McMillan just wide open over the middle. So 3 huge plays all in a row.
Tanner Horrell has done a brilliant job today dictating matchups, using formations. I've been watching. It's not always the same guy, for example, on the ISO side of trips. It's not always the same guy that's the inside slot or the mid slot. He's moving around his personnel to find, this is what I want. I want this. I want my guy on this guy of yours. And he's done a great job exploiting those matchups.
So now the 2-point try to tie the game late in this first half. Holdhouse to the right, pressure.
Get through it! Oh!
And unable to get the throw.
Oh, we had Jack
off.
Beal wide open in the end zone, but unfortunately couldn't get the ball off.
Yeah, the pressure was too much. But the Bombers still ending this first half on a high note, or at least a higher note late in this first half. Trying to go to half at worst down by 2. Or maybe the Red Devils trying to get some offense going late and maybe it backfires. Or vice versa. We still have 18 seconds. Murphysboro has 1 timeout. So do the Bombers. And once again, Murphysboro will receive this second half kickoff.
So what I would love to see here is look where you want the ball to go. Try and keep it away from 0 and kick it on the ground. not an onside right up here. You don't want to give them the ball near midfield. We want to get the ball down the field or kick it super high. That's fine. Try and eliminate a return. Kick it to the right side. We see that zero's on the near side. But I'd love to see just the ball kick hard on the ground, try and get it through, try and make somebody fall on it and make them go the whole length of the field.
It'll be
Yep,
a
fair
higher
catch.
kick, and fair caught at the 39. So the Red Devils will take the possession with just over 18 seconds left in this half. Still one timeout. Maybe the Red Devils want to get a big play and see if they can get something here late in this half. One timeout.
I would anticipate them taking a shot.
Yeah.
Whether that is with one of their reverses, double pass, a gadget play. And if that happens, that's a lot of exchanges. They've shown that they're going to exchange the ball a lot. If they're not comfortable throwing the ball, they throw a pass that is a gadget play that they haven't done too much. A turnover here for the Bombers would just be massive.
First down.
All right,
Fagel.
get out there, cover,
left.
cover, stay with it, double move.
Some good blocks.
Going
Goes it
deep, but
it is incomplete.
Oh!
Double coverage.
And
it
that's
looks like Holdhouse.
Braden Holdhouse
that
knocks
up.
that one down and just about had the interception. And I think you know who gets the pass defended on that is Drew Watson.
Yeah.
I think Braden Holdhouse has the interception and Drew Watson goes into him. I'm not saying Drew did anything wrong at all. He did not. He plays it fine. Yeah. It's just an unfortunate those two converged right at that moment and I'd have to see it on film, but it looked like Braden had it and Drew knocked it out of his hands. Now on that one,
receiver and quarterback there.
that one would have been a kneel on it.
Yeah.
You know, if you get the interception way down the field.
Yeah. So just under 10 seconds left. 2nd and 10. But basically just enough for 2, maybe 3 plays here. Fagel rolls out. He's going to scramble. He's going to get to about the 50 and out. We've got 1.3 seconds left, and this will be the final play coming up. Right at midfield.
So what we saw there was pressure on Fagel, but when the blocker came to engage, we swooped inside, which gave Fagel the outside. I'd really like to keep him contained in the middle of the field. Keep the clock moving. But essentially, this is a Hail Mary here, yeah.
So they'll come out of the huddle for one last snap in this first half. One heck of a game so far. Fully anticipate that in the second half. Kellum was behind center. I think Murphysboro is going to use a timeout. Macomb will use a timeout, to talk things over about this final play of the half.
Oh, that's smart. I mean, you have a timeout. You can't take it with you. You examine the formation. You get a look. You get your guys in the booth to count everything up, see where personnel is, and then you go down and talk over how you want to cover it. You know, I say this is a Hail Mary situation. I say it kind of flippantly, but for Bears fans out there, they're like, no.
Right. Watching that game last week, I had nothing to say. I was stunned.
It was something else.
So they'll come out of this timeout. Murphysboro coming back out to the field. Macomb still grouping around.
Now I have DeAndre Swift on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
So when they try to give it to a lineman at the 1 instead of
he
Swift,
already had a 51-yard touchdown.
I'm like, serves you right to give up that. Because
trying to get too creative instead of just giving it to a guy who already had a 51-yard rushing touchdown that half.
56, no big deal.
Yeah, 56, yeah. It's amazing how that works. So one final play from the 50-yard line. Fagel, pressure, not going to get a
it's
big
a screen,
play
though.
off Kellum.
Come up and surround him. Come up and
surround
surround him.
40, moving back towards the middle.
Good.
And brought down. Trying
by
to
Braden
get a juke move.
Holdhouse.
Yep, at the 22. So that's halftime. The Red Devils 21, the Bombers 19. An exciting first half, and we've still got 24 minutes on the other side. What a game it's been so far. We'll take a quick break. Once again, it's halftime, 21-19 here on TSSR Game Time Live.
All right. Well, we're here with Bill Murdoch, and this is the second year in a row, Bill, that I've talked to you.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, probably unfortunately for you. I think you might have been the most talked about interview of all of our MDH interviews last year, though.
I don't know whether I need to be proud of that or ashamed of that. I don't know which one to go with.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Probably.
The thing that I find comical is I gave you a hard time last year. As I said, because man, you're way up the ladder. You know, you're a high-end employee for me to be talking to, and you're even higher up the road now than you were last year.
Yeah. Yes. Last year when we spoke, I was the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, and since then I've been in the CEO role, Chief Executive Officer here at the hospital for about 8 months now.
Well, not to toot your horn, but everything I hear is good coming out of MDH since you've taken over. So, what was your mindset when you stepped into that role, and what do you see MDH doing here?
Well, I've never had aspirations to be a CEO of a hospital, but we have a great team here, and I just felt it was that time in my career to step in and take over and see how it goes. We have a great team here at MDH, very proud of everybody. They're very passionate and have a lot of pride in the organization. So it just made that job so much easier for me to step into my new role.
Yeah, it's easy to work with people who want to do a good job, isn't it? And it seems like everybody I talk to here is that kind of person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's engaged, and they want to do well, and they want to succeed. And we want them to succeed here at the organization.
I think MDH has always had a pretty good name in the area. What are you trying to do for MDH to even step that up a little bit more?
Right. So Pat Osterman and myself, we've done a lot of community relationship building, reaching out to the community leaders, reaching out to our competitors to see how we can work together better to be a stronger organization overall.
Yeah, strong organization, and you guys continue to add pieces and parts. You've expanded to Monmouth. We talked a little bit about that with your urgent care and physical therapy. The pharmacy is looking really nice right now.
Right, and it's ready to come online. The construction's finishing up this week, and then next step is to get the certifications, inspections going. So we should be open for business later at the end of this year or first part of January.
So we mentioned last year you're relatively local to the McDonough County area. So you're one of the first CEOs that I remember that's local to McDonough. You have like a foothold in the area. Does that make this job, not that being CEO of any company doesn't have meaning, but does it mean a little more for you because you are from here?
It does, and it helps. I think it builds trust because they know I'm local. I'll have that connection with the community. Yes, my mother owns farmland south of town. My father-in-law owns farmland here. My wife's a bomber. She's a leatherneck. I'm a leatherneck. We got kids that are leathernecks too. So I feel like we have a lot of fabric in the community to take this organization to the next level.
Well, we're going to keep the interview shorter, but I cannot get done with this interview without asking if you got any deer last year.
I did. Actually, yes, I did. And as we talked last year too, I participate Hunters for the Hungry, where we donate our harvest, and I did that last year. So yes, I was successful.
So you spend a lot of time at MDH and helping people, and then you're helping people when you're at home too.
Try to. That's a little different. You know, you're by yourself, and sometimes that's good to decompress and do all that. But yeah, no, it works out well.
So what's been the biggest surprise? You never had any ideas of wanting to be CEO. What's been the biggest surprise so far since you've taken the job?
Oh, I think just the loyalty our staff has for the organization. They want it to do well, and I think with that support has made this job so much better for me.
Well, Bill, I appreciate you talking to me. It's always fun getting to talk to you, so hopefully we'll do it again next year, and we'll have new big things to talk about from MDH.
Let's plan on it, and thank you for your time and having me on again this year after last year.
Hey, not a problem. Like I said, you were the biggest fan, I think, supported video of all of them. So we'll see if you can continue that. Maybe I should give an award.
You think?
I think we should come up with an award.
Okay, you work on that,
okay,
and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, I'll do that. We'll be back with the second half in just a few minutes. All right, welcome to halftime here. Patrick Osterman with us, and we talk about behind-the-scenes stuff all the time. The guy running the board right now, kind of crazy.
I don't know if you could get a much higher title running the board behind the scenes of a interview at McDonough District Hospital other than our president and chief executive officer, Bill Murdoch. But we appreciate Bill helping us out.
Yeah, he's game to help with everything. I'm guessing your job has to be a little more relaxed now. He seems to be like a pretty good guy to work with.
I tell you what, Bill has done a fantastic job. You knew just how good of a person he was, having worked with him for the last 5 years prior as our chief financial officer. And when he was promoted to our chief executive officer, I was all excited about it. I think everybody in the organization was very excited about it. You talk about, do you need to do a national search? And our board of directors, I give them all the credit in the world. They listen to the staff. They listen to the community members and said, you got somebody here who knows what they're doing, is a great person, does a great job. He knows the community. He's invested in the community. And it's been a great 2024 so far. And we've got a lot of bright future, a lot of great things that we're looking ahead towards.
Well, it's nice because MDH has been so embedded in the community, right? It is always nice to have somebody at the top and throughout the system that's also embedded in what the community has to offer and needs.
Absolutely. With my job, I do a lot of community relations. I get out, talk with businesses, talk with organizations. And one of the first conversations I had with Bill when he stepped into that new role, he said, Pat, I want to get out in the community. And we've been able to do that. We've gone out and met with our regional healthcare colleagues, CEOs, just talking about what can we do together? Is there anything we can do together? Rural healthcare is tough. There's a lot of challenges we face, but if we work together, maybe play to each other's strengths, I think we can both succeed. And that's the best way that we can help serve our community, help serve the patients that we are here to serve.
Well, and improving your brand is always a good thing, right? Whether it's a hospital or TSSR Game Time Live, improving your brand is a good thing. Getting out in the community helps that, but also expanding your options helps that as well, right?
Absolutely. One of the things you always look at is clinical partnerships. If we can't get a physician here, is there another healthcare organization that we can do what we call a clinical partnership with? Blessing Health is a great example out of Quincy. They bring cardiologists up here, a pulmonologist. We have a urologist that comes up here once a week. So our patients in McDonough County, they don't have to drive down to Quincy or maybe Springfield or maybe Peoria. If we can find those clinical partnerships where they can be seen here in Macomb, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Well, last year we talked about expanding to Monmouth with you. We talked about the pharmacy. As we talked to Bill, the pharmacy is expanding, and I shouldn't say expanding, it's coming to completion. You've done great things, I think, in Monmouth. What's down the road for MDH? Are you at a point that you can talk about anything that's coming?
I think we just got to keep looking on how we can continue to grow, and that's been one of our focal points. We do strategic planning on a quarterly basis. We want to look ahead, 2-3 years down the road, but as we said, there's a lot of dynamics going on in healthcare right now. So if you get too far ahead, you kind of lose sight what could be coming right around the corner. So that's why we try to keep it more of a short term, yet still look ahead to the long term. Like we said, our biggest challenge is how can we continue to grow? We've been here for over 65 years. What can we do as an organization, as a staff, as an administration team to make sure we're still around here for 65 years and beyond?
As public relations guy for the hospital, what do you want to use this opportunity to tell the people that might be watching about MDH in 2024 that's different maybe than what they expected or saw from 2023 or before?
Well, as you just talked about, our clinical expansions, as you said, Monmouth, our MDH Monmouth Clinic, convenience clinic, sports med and rehab. We got great staff up there, and I think that's a common theme. I know Bill talks about this a lot. I 100% on board with this too. I agree 100%. I would think you'd ask any of our staff members, they would say that we got a great team right now. We do a great job working together, and I think that's how we can play to our strengths to help grow. You talked about the community pharmacy. We're excited when that starts coming online and how we can best serve our community. A lot of convenience. I think one thing that we learned from COVID, people love convenience. We got our drive-through labs, and now you got our drive-through community pharmacy. lot of good things going on. Stay tuned. It's an exciting time right now in our organization.
Well, have some fun at baseball this weekend, okay?
We're going to have some fun. A lot of fall baseball going on as we record this right before the start of high school football season. I know we're going to have a lot of great football games. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this year.
We'll be right back with the second half right after this.
Still at halftime here. Red Devils are ahead 21-19. Let's look around the bracket here. Peoria and Notre Dame on Macomb side upset Rochester yesterday 59-58 as a 13 seed. Mount Zion took down Carterville 42-21 as a 12 seed, and Normal University took down Mantino 41-14 as a 10 seed. On the other side, West Chicago Wheaton Academy took down Sandwich 55-19. Burbank took down Richmond Burden 35-17, and Coal City beat Johnsburg 41-13. Everyone else is playing this afternoon. Macomb, I believe, had the latest start time on this 4A bracket side here at 3 p.m. Breeze Central started at 2 as they are ahead 42-7 that game in the fourth quarter. So a few minutes left here, or we've got about 7.5 minutes until this second half begins. And Tony, what are you looking for from this Bombers team to come out on top here in this what has been a close game the whole way?
Well, obviously you've got 24 minutes left and you got to play every one of them. I think that a defensive stop on this first drive as Murphysboro gets the ball back would be monumental, would be huge for momentum, especially after going almost the length of the field in 30 seconds to almost tie the game, but pull back, within 2. But really, I'm looking at the lines on both sides of the ball. Macomb has had very few rushing attempts, but they are sticking with that rushing game. They're seeing it peppered in, and that's by design. You want to continue with that. Because that could pay dividends as you get towards late third and into the fourth quarter as fatigue starts to set in. I mean, we talked about before the game, it's not the overwhelming size that makes Murphysboro dangerous, but they do have a lot of size. Yeah. And what's that size going to do? How do they hold up in the fourth quarter of a tightly contested football game, which this is? So I want to see our lines. And there's been football games earlier in the year where we're like, wow, we're getting manhandled up front. The Breeze game comes to mind. And great adjustments get made, and our line really just took over after halftime. So, I'd love to be a fly on the wall and hear those adjustments that are being made right now, but I want to see that line come out, and we talked about it on those runs to zero, where they're getting them running horizontally, but it's not straight horizontally. He's still gaining real estate because those one-on-one battles are being pushed 2, 3, 4 yards down the field. We want to hold those at the line of scrimmage. We want to make those zero runs. We want to see backside pursuit, sneak through, knife through, and catch ankles and make those TFLs. So those types of things. We want to make plays take longer. And as we've discussed in here, Murphysboro is willing to allow plays to develop longer. Take advantage of those slow developing plays. Hold your ground. Don't get caught up in the wash. Don't get caught up in all the eye candy. Do your own job. Trust your teammates. Do your own job, and get the football back to your offense. And on offense, we're starting to connect on some of those chunk plays. Keep that going, but stay with your running game. Make sure that you're keeping those linebackers honest. You're keeping those 23 and the guys out there respecting the box, and allowing your playmakers to have some space.
Holthouse in the first half, 16 for 23, 248 passing yards and a pair of touchdowns. Watson, 6 receptions, 121 yards as well as a touchdown. And Kylan McMillan, 4 receptions with 65 yards and a touchdown. On the other hand, on the other side for Murphysboro, Fager 5 for 8 with 104 passing yards and a touchdown. And on the ground, 22 carries, 123 yards, rushing yards as a team. Callum specifically with 68 of those yards, including a rushing touchdown. We've got just about 2.5 minutes or so here, less than a minute on this clock, an additional 3 minutes or so here. So we're going to take a short timeout. On the other side, it's the second half, 21-19, and an exciting second half on the way.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available, so with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on-the-field injury to rehab to transition back to their...
Second half just moments away. Red Devils ahead 21-19 over the Bombers. And in the second half, the Red Devils will start with the possession, as the Bombers will kick it away. Their special teams coming out on both ends. It looks like we're ready to go here. Clock has a minute left till we get things started, but you can totally see it start in maybe 10 seconds or so here. Yeah, yep, they're going to readjust, and now we're ready to go. Final 24 minutes of this exciting matchup where one team will go home and another team will advance to the second round.
So I could definitely see an onside kick here. I think the Bombers have one of the higher percentages of what you may call onside kicks throughout the state, but could also be a pooch. Yep, get it down the field on the ground.
Middle inside the 25, or about the 25, returns it to about the 35. So about a 10-yard return there as it rolled for a while there. But the Red Devils able to get 10 yards back on that. It'll be first down from the 35.
Yeah, you'll take that all day long. Starting at the 35, that's basically an out-of-bounds kick. 36.
Yeah. So, as we mentioned before during this halftime break, Fager 5 for 8 with 104 passing yards and a touchdown. Callum was 68 rushing yards and a touchdown as well. They'll feed
I like
to
it.
Callum, and he's behind the line. So a good start there from that Bombers defense. A tackle for a loss.
And that's exactly what we were talking about. Talon Quisenberry right there. Did not get driven back. He held, I think the kick out came at him, and he held that ground and actually reestablished the line of scrimmage a yard back and is able to hold on to the running back and let his help come to him. And that's a huge play to start this second half.
It's a loss of 2, and it's 2nd and 12 from the 34. 3 receivers on the left. Motion over. Kellum.
Oh, boy.
Handoff. Has got some room. He's got a first down and more. Down to the 30. Towards the sideline, the 20, the 10. And a touchdown for the Red Devils.
You saw right at the end there. He's a sprinter. He's an elite sprinter. And he crossed the goal line doing the into the tape move.
So Kellum adds another rushing touchdown, his second of the afternoon. And it's a 27-19 lead. The extra point aiming for the 2-score lead here.
Yeah, that ends up being about a 66-yard touchdown scamper after the TFL. They went with nearly the same play, a little different window dressing, but that time they got the kick out block and get him in there.
Brooks' kick, is good. So it is, in fact, a 2-score lead here for the Red Devils. So that tackle for loss after that first play, but then responding back and basically doubling his total rushing yards from the first half on that one play. So now, it's a 2-score deficit for Macomb early on here in the second half, 57 seconds in. These drives turn into bigger and bigger drives on the offensive side here, needing to respond, and that's what they're going to need to have happen here in order to stay with Murphysboro and try and get a stop here.
Yeah, you got to keep scoring, and that's where not picking up the 2 points right at the end of the half. Yeah. You had a huge momentum shift right there. Allows a little momentum to go back to Murphysboro, but obviously this touchdown right there is huge momentum.
Yeah.
But just keep scoring.
Yeah.
The Bombers have moved the ball.
It's going to bounce. He's going to pick it up at the 1. Towards the 10, inside the 10. Brought down. Big tackle there, and the Bombers have it inside the 10, it looks like.
Yeah, he picked that up. That's a touchback.
Yeah. Yeah. So, 1st and 10 here. Let's see where they spot him. Look to be about the 10. Might have been worse. Field positioning.
Oh,
here.
yeah, that looks like it's back to the 6.
Yeah, looks like the 6-yard line it is, and the ref
7 maybe.
One knee for this.
But he catches that ball on the goal line. If he just lets it go, that's a touchback. But again, you're making those real-time decisions.
Yep. 10:59 left in this third quarter. Bombers take the field here for the first time this half after that quick touchdown from Murphysboro. We'll see how Holthouse and the offense responds. It's a keeper from Holthouse to the outside. He's got the first down past the 20. That's a big play there to get out of your own end zone.
Yeah, huge. You get that ball about the 6-7 yard line, and your big quarterback goes action, makes a read, sees end crash down, pulls it, picks up, what?
Looks like 18 for the 24, yeah. 1st and 10 from the 24. 3 receivers on the left. Looks like McMillan on the right. See Watson and Beal here on this left. And Norton as well. Holthouse scrambles to the right. It's going to fire in and incomplete. Got some separation there, McMillan, but again, just out of that reach of the intended target. 2nd and 10.
Now I do see a slight adjustment here on the near side to the field to the trip side. 23 was sort of apexing the inside slot. I'm sorry, folks. I don't have a cough button here, but so he's out in between the 2 and the 3, right? Yep. And he's staying out there. He's not doing sugar. He's not showing his blitz. To try to eliminate that quick game. So he can sort of cover both of them on any side of wide receiver screen. Safety over the top so that they're not giving up numbers.
Yeah. Gain of about 3, 2 maybe on that rush, which went up the middle, 26-yard line, so 3rd and 8. It's the same formation on that previous play for that run up the gut. We've got 2 receivers on the right, 2 receivers on the left. for this 3rd and 8. Macomb looking for that big play to try and shift the momentum a little bit. It feels like Murphysboro's picked up a lot of that early on. Holthouse towards the right, pressure now back towards the middle, trying to get by.
Get rid of the...
And he does not. He goes down at about the 15, and it'll be 4th down. Tried to get by several Red Devils, and he did a good job, but unable to get the ball away or find any receiver open. It's a huge sack. So 4th and 19 from the 15. Got 9.5 to go.
Now, on this punt, I would love to see Mr. Lambert sacrifice some of that height and drive through the football and maybe get some of that rugby-style roll.
Yeah, that last punt was very high, but not as far as he obviously would have liked it to be. 4th down. Good snap. Slightly further. It's a further punt here, and the bounce. Going to take a Red Devil bounce. And it looks like the 35, the Bomber territory, is where they will start this drive. So some good field positioning
got
for the Red
phenomenal.
Devils.
Yeah, phenomenal field position. This got to step up right here.
Yeah.
Got to step up right here. You do not want this to go to a 3-score game.
Yeah, 28-19 right now. 9:02 to go here in this 3rd quarter in this short 3 minutes. The Red Devils are ready with 1 touchdown, and now the 2nd drive starting at the Bomber 35. So 1st and 10.
Bombers had a turnover early in the game. This would be a great time for them to even up that turnover column.
They hand it off to Kellum, and there he goes. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the half, his 3rd of the game. And the Red Devils are ahead 34-19.
Yeah, not much to say there. He just took the ball, started going a little bit horizontal, saw his seam, and he just hit it hard. And as we talked about earlier, he has elite speed. So if he's able to hit that crease without his feet having been stopped, it's very, very difficult to catch up to him.
Looks like an extra point coming here. Technically still a 2-score game if this is good. And the kick is good. 35-19.
Yeah, I saw what you saw. I thought they might want to go for 2.
Yeah. The Bombers, at best, can tie it in 2 possessions. The only way they take the lead, it would take 3. We'll take a quick timeout. 8:55 to go. 35-19 here on TSSR Game Time Live.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Red Devils 35, Bombers 19. We're 3 minutes into this half. Obviously, Murphysboro couldn't have asked for a better result so far. 3 minutes in. On the other side for Macomb, got to regroup, and they've got to find a way to get down the field and score, because obviously as we get later on in this half, and the way that things have been going, Murphysboro is going to continue to stay on the ground, and Kellum's going to be that #1 target.
Oh, for sure.
3 carries and 2 touchdowns, and that
See,
takes
and that's the one
great bounce. That was the time that they let
and
it go. The ball is
on the
out.
ground.
I'm not sure who recovered. It looked like a Macomb Bomber might have fell on it. And it is the Bombers' ball. It did look like there was a Bomber who came on top of that. I'm not exactly sure who it was. But it is the Bombers' ball. But, yeah, the one time where you let several times that kick goes inside the 5, or it's heading towards inside the 5, you typically let it roll. They haven't yet, and then the one time it does, it just takes
checks up.
Yeah, that's a summary, I guess, momentum-wise, how this game is. This second half has gone in particular for both sides.
It looked like in the 90s playing the Golden Tee machine, where you hit that white button and it just checks up.
So, and we do have a player down on the field as well. So 8:47 to go. It's 1st and 10 from their own 7. And he's able to get up. It's a Bomber who's down.
Is that Kylan McMillan? Yeah.
That is McMillan, who was down. He was able to get up on his own, but will have to go to the sideline for at least a play. So it's 1st and 10 from their own 7. He's running off the field. Saw McMillan take a big hit earlier in the game as well.
Yeah, right down near that goal line. And I'll tell you what, when you look back on this game, however it ends up, one of the things that you'll talk about is the difference in starting field position, and it's tilted heavily towards Murphysboro.
1st and 10 from their own 7. Bombers' second drive of this half. Holthouse will hand it off. Decent first down gain. Looks like 6. 2nd and 4. That carry coming to Conley. That first half, we saw the Bombers with 300, just over 300 yards of offense. Murphysboro with just over 200. But here in the second half, it's been all Murphysboro. We've got 2nd and 4 from the 13. Just under 4 minutes into this half. Pass to the outside is dropped. Might have been Beal.
No, it's Nolan Hogue out there.
Yeah, it's Hogue. So 3rd down coming up here.
Yep, put it right on him. Little timing route. Nolan's had a couple of huge catches this year. A huge touchdown, I think at Farmington, if I remember correctly. But, they talk in baseball about being a pinch hitter. If that's your job, that's one of the toughest jobs in baseball because you're coming in cold.
Yeah.
So, tough to get those reps, but he'd love to have that one back. And Braden Holthouse breaks free.
It's a 1st down, and there
and
he
more.
goes towards the 50
keep it
into
up,
Red Devil territory
up.
And stumbling all the way down to the 28 for the 1st down.
Kylan McMillan gets thrown to the ground after the play, past the play. No flag.
Huge play from the Bombers nonetheless. That is the play that they needed to wake up this
absolutely.
Bombers crowd, this Bombers offense, this Bombers team.
Well, and I was going to say, before we started, we got sidetracked. There's 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. There's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-score game.
Yeah.
So take a breath, run your offense.
Conley with a minimal gain there.
But that's okay. You stick with that. You keep running those. You keep drawing in people. Try and get your playmakers the ball in space.
Marked down at the 30. 25, excuse me, a gain of 2. So 2nd down and 8.
Ooh.
Got some move.
Guess he didn't cross the line.
No. So play on, 2nd and 8. Holthouse going to hand it off. It's got some good yardage there, close to the 1st down. I think he was short by a few there. Looks like 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up about 4.
Yeah. Definitely 4-down territory in this spot. So you've got 2 plays to move those chains here. 3rd and 4 from the 21.
Drake May checks into the backfield. They got Kylan McMillan one-on-one.
Holthouse to the outside. He's going to go down to the 23. It's a loss of 2. And it's 4th and 6. Nobody down the field it looked like there, and it just turned into a tough play for.
Well, it looked like those 3 receivers out in front of him saw the run and just turned into blockers.
Yeah.
And Braden had downfield eyes and wanted to advance the football, and he didn't have anybody to throw to.
They give it a loss of 1. 4th and 5 from the 22. Needing to get to the 17. Holthouse going to go reverse. It's complete. And there's a 1st down inside the 5 and down to the 2.
Down to about the 1. Boy, Drake May lowers his shoulder and delivers the boom, trying to get to that pylon. Mark him out at about the 1.
2 huge plays on this drive. A 3rd down conversion rush from Holthouse. A 4th down conversion from Holthouse to May.
Boy, and when they ran that reverse motion screen, I thought when he turned and threw that ball, I thought it was errant. And
I thought so too.
Yeah, it floated right to Drake May, and good things happen.
First and goal from the 1.
Holdhouse.
Keeper. No signal. And they call him in. It's a touchdown for the Bombers.
All right, need 2 points.
So the Bombers able to break through that tough start in the first 3 minutes of this half with 2 huge plays. And Holdhouse able to bring it in. So now, as you said, they need this 2-point try to make this a 1-score game. 35-25.
Interesting.
Let's see here. Snap. Holdhouse to the outside.
Got it.
And complete. So it's a 1-score game. Except, is there any flags?
There is, right down there at the 5-yard line, and that's post-play, unsportsmanlike conduct.
So the 2-point try is still successful. We've got an 8-point game on our hands. Here in Macomb in this third quarter, we've got 5:54 to go, and we'll see who this is on. I was not able to catch the after the play was over. So unsportsmanlike.
That's sideline?
I think it's on both sides. I think we have 2 unsportsmanlike. He was pointing on both ends. Well, there's definitely one on Macomb.
So that's offsetting?
Yeah, I think it was on both sides. I think at the end nothing's going to come out of this. And the 2-point try is still good. I think that's what happened. So we just got that 2-point signal. That was good. We had the unsportsmanlike on one side and then the other. And they're still communicating. The Bombers are lined up to kick it off from the 40.
So what they're talking about right now is typically when you have when you have a penalty of any sort, but you have offsetting penalties, you replay the down, meaning you would have to redo the try.
That's true.
But because this is a post-play, those are post-play penalties, then you just move on to the next play. And like you said,
it's a matter of kickoff positioning.
Yeah.
On that. So again, after the play, that doesn't impact the result of play. It's a kick up the middle here and picked up cleanly from about the 37, brought down at the 42.
Now, huge defensive possession.
Yeah, these get bigger and bigger, and this is definitely the biggest point of the game here. And
now, if Murphysboro scored, is the game over? Absolutely not. But you just have less time with which to work with to pick up that 2-score game. Right here, you need this stop, and you need to get this ball back.
Yep. Exactly right.
Momentum.
1st and 10 from the 42. Kellum, the outside, gets about 3.
Yeah. So, again, they're stretching them out, not able to get to full speed. They're closing up the cutback lanes. But we just can't get that to happen at the line of scrimmage. They're reestablishing the line of scrimmage. Got to get somebody to knife through and make a big play like we did on the first play of the half.
Yeah. 2nd and 7 from the 45. That was Kellum's 4th rush of the half.
There's that inside counter, and it's blown up this time.
Just 1.
Drake May read it perfectly. That's that inside reverse counter. Drake May knifes through and blows it up at the line of scrimmage. They get maybe a half a yard.
And now's a good time here where you might see this Bomber crowd shaking those stands here in these next 2 plays or so. If we have a 4th down, 3rd and 6 from the 46. Just 4 minutes ago was a completely different momentum swing, but again, this is what happens in every game. It's like a seesaw. 3rd and 6. Fager to the right.
Stay with them.
Gonna go deep over the middle. Overthrown by a decent bit there. Incomplete. The
And
intended target, Vaughn. It's 4th down.
And I tell you what, that is, oh, there's flag on the play.
Let's see the location of that flag.
It doesn't say holding to me.
No. Let's see here.
Ineligible guy downfield.
Offense, so you decline that, right? Because then it'd be 4th and 6.
Yeah.
So you haven't had a signal on if they're declining it or not, but my best bet is they probably are. 'Cause they're keeping them at the 46. So it is 4th down, and there's your signal there.
So, well, I guess with the ineligible field would have washed it, but boy, that receiver on that inside seam wide open. And you could tell with the Bombers after post-play communication, that was a busted coverage.
4th and 6 from the 46, and it sure looks like they're going for it.
Looks like zero coverage.
Oh, now they're backing
Nope, now
up.
he backs up.
Bomber crowd on their feet, and you can just feel it. They're going to get the punt away. Going to let it fall,
Oh,
and
boy.
it takes a great bounce. Looks like the 15-yard line where the Bombers will start, but here you go. You got that defensive stop. Now you have an opportunity to go down the field 85 yards, and then a 2-point try to have a brand new ball game.
Yeah.
We'll see here. 4:52 to go in this third quarter. 1st and 10, they actually put it at the 16 from where it was picked up. Still plenty of game, and that stop is huge. See what the Bombers can do here on this drive.
And while, as we've already mentioned, Murphysboro, so we get an inside handoff, picks up maybe one.
Maybe one, yeah.
While we've talked earlier, Murphysboro has a massive advantage in starting field position. Is there still a flag way back here? Right in between like about the 22, middle of the field.
Oh, yeah. Huh. There was one I saw in a football game last week with that as well. Flag was just out there on the field. Sometimes you forget to pick up that laundry. 2nd and 9. From the 17, Holthouse throws. It's complete. Down at about the 20. That was McMillan. So now we have a 3rd and 6 from the 20. Down to 4 minutes.
Up now he's got to come off the field.
That was way off on that spot. He's at the 23.
Helmet popped off.
Yeah. So it's 3rd and 3. Needing to get to the 26.
The flag has gained a yard. It advanced to the 23. Got him.
Ooh, there's a jump.
Got him.
That's going to be a 1st down. Oh, my goodness. That is huge.
In the huge moment, Tanner Worrell goes to his
huge.
favorite play.
Wow. You know, you see it. We've seen it several times today, obviously, on both sides. But 3rd and 3, right there.
You got to know it's coming.
Huge. Absolutely huge. 1st and 10, a new set of downs from the 28. We're down to 3.5 minutes. Holthouse, quick pass, incomplete. Receiver a little too quick over the middle there. A little slower to get rid of it. Overall, an incomplete pass, 2nd down. Kind of an RPO there. A fake handoff and a throw over the middle. You got to do it quick because obviously once those linemen go 1 yard down, they only have 1 yard to play with.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure that was the RPO necessarily because that they never met for the mesh.
Yeah.
So that exchange never really developed.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off this time down to the 29, 30, maybe 31 rolling over at the end. That was Drake May with the carry. And they will put him at the 31. So it's a 3rd and 7, needing to get to the 38. We're down to 3 minutes left in this third quarter.
Trips to the near side.
Here we go. 3rd and 7. Scrambles to the left.
Get rid
Back
of the football.
Towards the middle. Holthouse goes down.
Oh,
And
they're up around the head again.
So no flag there. It'll be 4th down, and the punt unit will come out. This is one thing that the Bombers will be looking for out of this punt is a nice, lengthy punt. They haven't necessarily had the net yards on their side in terms of these punts, and the bounces haven't been too favorable either.
No.
So
no, it's
we'll see
almost
here.
comical the way that that's gone.
Yeah.
But you're asking a lot of your defense against a very powerful Murphysboro team, but defense, we got to step up again.
Oh,
and
he brought the punter down. There's a flag down. There's a flag down. I believe that's roughing. But the ball as well on the play.
Did the ball come out too?
The ball might have came out.
I'd take the ball up there.
There's a flag down.
Yep, I see.
I believe if it's roughing, it's a 1st down. He completely took him out. I mean, and he almost blocked it. And I think the coach might want to know if maybe he got a hand on it, because if he did, I don't think that would be a penalty. I don't think they're going to give it to him. They're going to do personal foul.
Running into the kicker.
Running, so let's see here. It's a 1st down. It's an automatic 1st down. The 2nd 1st down this drive, courtesy of a Red Devil penalty.
That's a 15-yard. That's the 15-yard variety. So
yeah,
that's massive.
It's another momentum swinger. You think you almost have that blocked punt, and then it flips.
Well,
the
you
other
think
way.
you think you have a blocked punt.
Yeah.
The ball comes out. You get the ball in plus territory.
Yeah.
And now it's Bomber football.
Yeah. So 1st and 10, looks like the 34. 1:58 to go in this 3rd. It's been a wild last 6 minutes. Holthouse keeps it to the 37.
Picked up about 4.
Holthouse is up. So 2nd down.
Minute 45 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Put him down at the 38, 37, 38 in between. So 2nd and a short 7.
So you got a new lease on life here. You got to keep moving that football down the field.
On 2nd down, Holthouse is going to go to the right. It's complete. And down at about the 40. See where they officially mark him down when they blew that whistle. It's 3rd down coming up. So it will be right at the 40. It's a 3rd and 4 with a minute to go in this 3rd quarter. 35-27. Red Devils in front.
Take a look at the safety in the midfield is hobbling.
Yeah.
Run by him. Somebody pick up on it. Run by him.
Might be what Holthouse might be mentioning here. Oh, Horrell wants a timeout. Horrell wants a timeout, and he gets it. Horrell was jumping up and down. I think
and he's pointing at the safety.
He wanted an injury timeout. But Macomb is going to get charged with that timeout. I don't think Horrell was too happy that either the timeout wasn't granted because of an injury or Macomb didn't pick up on that injured safety.
Oh my goodness.
So in the end of that, the Bombers do use a timeout. With 34.6 seconds to go, it's a 3rd and 4 right at the 40-yard line. Seen 2 conversions on penalties this drive. Again, you let a team as good as the Bombers and on the other side a good team as the Red Devils, you tend to give them extra chances and it tends to come back to bite you. Right now, this is 3rd and 4 from the 40. And we'll see if those 2 penalties come back to haunt him in the long run in this drive. So out of the timeout now. Keeper for Holthouse.
He's got a seam.
He's
got it.
the 1st down. Past the 45 towards the 47. And if they want it to be the last play of the quarter, they can.
Now, you know what I love about that? They didn't go freeze. It's 3rd and 4. They didn't go freeze. If you go freeze every single time in those situations, then it's no good anymore. So he doesn't go freeze. He does the snap. Quarterback calls his own number, picks up the first down, moves the chains, and now you've got that freeze call as an option later on.
Looks like they're going to take this to the end of the quarter. As the clock winds down, we're through 3 in Macomb. Red Devils 35, Bombers 27. We've got 12 minutes to decide, maybe some extra time, who will be going home and who will advance to the second round. An exciting finish here, and we hope that you'll be back with us for the start of this fourth quarter on TSSR Game Time Live.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Fourth quarter about to begin here. The Bombers are at the 40 for a third, or excuse me, the 47 after that third down conversion. The winner of this game will take on Breese Central next weekend on the road. 1st and 10. Holthouse keeps it down to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Actually, I think if Murphysboro wins this game, that game would be at Murphysboro.
Oh, it would be?
Yeah, it's not the traditional
Not the
format where they just, the higher seed gets home. Because Breese was at home and Murphysboro's on the road, Murphysboro would have the opportunity for the home game, I believe.
Gotcha. So 2nd down and 8. That first play going for 2. Hands off up the middle. Big first down.
Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball.
To the 38. That's a gain of 13.
That's just straight downhill. Just shot through the line, got to the second level, picked up about another 3 or 4 yards after contact.
A gain of 13 on that run there. So 1st and 10 at the Red Devils 38.
You can see they're bracketing Kylan McMillan in his one-on-one down here.
No. 1st down. Holthouse.
Go.
Throws it deep. McMillan.
Got it. Get into the end zone. Touchdown.
Into the end zone. Touchdown. Macomb.
Gosh darn it, Caden. I wanted to say, right before that snap, I wanted to say, yes, they're bracketing, but it's a 5-yard bracket. It's a tight bracket. So with McMillan's speed, that bracket doesn't do you any good. And right as I'm thinking this, you saw Kylan McMillan just blow right past the safety, which is supposed to be the cap player. The cap player meaning that you're the one that stays over that receiver no matter what. That's your job in the bracket. And he just blew right by him for a long touchdown, and we are a 2-point conversion away from being right back where we started.
38-yard reception touchdown to McMillan, his 2nd of the afternoon. And now here we go.
And again, we're going with 12 personnel.
For a brand new ball game. Throws it up over the middle, incomplete. They're looking for a flag,
what in the world?
Is no flag. This crowd is absolutely absurd with that right now. But there won't be a flag. Crowd is booing, as I said, not happy.
I mean, I'll have to watch film. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's always possible that he just tripped.
Oh, yeah. Murphysboro remains in front 35-33. We've got some crowds still in disbelief, but still 10:54 to go. And looking for another stop on defense here is Macomb. You were going to need that either way.
They might be dialing something up right here.
Yeah. If you're the Bombers here, obviously you wanted that penalty, but you didn't get it. Now it's on to the next one. And that's the mentality you've got to roll with here in these final 10:54, what could be your final 10 minutes. What could be your final 10 minutes to decide if you're going to the next round?
Now, Bombers defense has really stepped up in this second half. It looked bad. First couple of possessions for Murphysboro, but these last couple drives, Bombers defense has been there. They've got to continue that. They've got to continue. They can't let this get back to a 2-score game.
See what they do here. They're getting ready to kick it off. 10:54 in the game. It's an onside-er and picked up. Nice job there on Murphysboro. Give that to William Falkenberry, who was the one to fall on it. It had a decent bounce, but Falkenberry cleanly able to corral it past the 50.
Yeah, so they're going to start with the football in plus territory. We saw Tanner over here, or Coach Horrell, talking on the sidelines with his team. Tried to do a kind of a power kick. 21 does a nice job of covering up that football.
1st and 10, 48-yard line. Bomber territory. The drives just get bigger and bigger.
Stretch. They're
Kellum to the 40. Gain of about 8. 2nd down and 2.
So, again, Murphysboro just does an excellent job of reestablishing that line of scrimmage.
So they'll mark him down at the 41. 2nd down and 3. At the 41.
Bomber defense has just stepped up so big the last couple drives, but need you one more time.
One more, yeah. It's just one away, it feels like. 2nd and 3.
And there's that inside.
And looks like
picks up the first down.
First down towards the 35. Red Devils will move those chains. So they do give them 4. 37-yard line. Down to the final 10 minutes. Red Devils ahead by 2. Out of the huddle come those Red Devils.
And they're going to run the football, so you got to be ready.
Yeah.
You got to win those.
I think we have a
false start
here, and we do. So that'll back up the Red Devils to the 42. It'll be 1st and 15. This is a perfect time to take advantage of a stop here. They're 5 yards back from their original line.
Yeah, absolutely. You get a running team behind the chains, and I don't believe they want to throw the football right now because they don't want to stop the clock on it if a pass is incomplete. But the other part of this is they know that their running game is very dangerous. They can pick up chunks of yardage. Give it to 0.
Kellum is going to get those yards back and then some down to the 35.
Picks
so
up
a gain
about
of
7.
Makes it 2nd and 8.
Looked like they had it bottled up, and he finds the seam. A very patient run. That was a very disciplined run right there by Kellum.
So 2nd and 8, 35, down to 9 minutes left in this 4th. As you said, just grounding and pounding. Expect that from this Red Devils offense, especially in the second half. We've seen it from Kellum with those pair of rushing touchdowns. 3 total on the afternoon.
And they're going to pass.
He's going to throw it up. It is incomplete, broken up. One-on-one coverage, stuffed. 3rd down and 8 coming up. Is that broken up by? Yeah, that was broken up by McMillan. So it's 3rd and 8 from the 35. 8.5 left. Man.
That is a big
I did
play.
not see that coming.
Well, actually, the coverage was pretty good. I was almost wondering if it was going to be picked off.
Yeah. I totally thought they were going to stay on the ground on that last one, but now.
Absolutely.
Here we go, 3rd and 8.
Especially since it's been working.
Yeah. See what they do here. Could see a run on 3rd and 8. Could be a 4-down territory kind of thing. Quick pass over the middle, complete. Did he have enough?
Yeah, he did.
Needed to get to the 32.
Yep, little play action to the, that's a classic 1970s play action tight end dump, basically. And when you've got a 6'6" receiver out there, and actually it was played pretty well. Coverage was nice. Went to bat the ball down. He's just got big, strong hands and corralled that football.
So 1st and 10 at the 31. Just past those markers. Figure. Gonna roll out to the left. He's gonna keep it and out of bounds. Look like the 24, maybe the 23. Gets a few yards there. We're now down to under 8 minutes to play. Looks like the 20 is where they'll place him. 19, maybe 18. So the 18-yard line. And it's 2nd and 2. It was an 8-yard carry from Fager. On 2nd down. Fager.
Stretch.
To Callum. And a nice tackle there. Boy, did they need that. It didn't look like there were many people behind that. So it'll be 3rd down.
And inches.
Yeah, 3rd and inches here. So,
if not an inch. No, it looks like.
We've seen the reverse a couple times here on these short yards to gain. We'll see if they want to do that here. So in the red zone at the 17.
Okay, quarterback's on the field.
Yeah, Fager is out there. And is taking it from the gun or from the shotgun. Fans are feeling
Come on,
it
knife
here.
through.
3rd and 1. Fager to Callum.
Yep.
1st down. Down to about the 10. Another 3rd down conversion from the Red Devils. As we fall down to 7 minutes left in this contest. They put them right at the 10. So it will be 1st and goal. 4 downs to get in there for Murphysboro. Again, as we mentioned 2 years ago, this team, Murphysboro, coming out here in Macomb. They won by 4. Right now ahead by 2. 1st and goal. Handoff. Maybe 2. Bombers defense. Nice job of limiting the gainage there. 2nd down.
You could see them also attacking the football.
Yeah.
Attacking the football, trying to create a turnover. Just don't want this to go to a 2-score game.
No. We're now down to 6 minutes left in the 2nd down. Yeah, this is feels like these are your final 8 yards you can play with at this moment. 5:50. 2nd and 8. It's a handoff, and it looks like he rolls on in. And they do give it the touchdown. So the Red Devils are ahead 41-33 with 5:42 to go.
Now, they're going for 1.
Yeah.
If they make this PAT, this is a 2-score game.
Yeah.
If Macomb can get a block, create pressure, this is a massive point after kick.
Okay. Reposition.
And some of these have flirted with that left post. It's on the ground.
Snap. Brooks's kick
is good.
It's good. So it is a 2-score game here. 42-33. We've got 5:42 to go here in this one. And right now. We'll take a quick timeout. Back after this.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your life.
Back with you here as the Red Devils are ahead 42-33.
If ever there was a time for a nice big chunk return, this is it. We've seen that the Bombers have been able to move the football even when they've had terrible starting field position. But, we don't have that kind of time.
Yeah, 5:42. Red Devils kick it away. It's going to bounce, and they'll pick it up inside the 5. Towards the 10 and about the 15 is where he'll be brought down. As you said, field positioning has played a big role in this.
Massive.
I mean, the Red Devils, that last drive, they started in plus territory at the Bombers' 48.
So what they're doing is he doesn't have that leg where it's booming high kicks, that traditional kickoff where you let your guys. He's kicking it low line drives away from return men, making them make decisions, which causes a split-second reaction. But Murphysboro, as a team, has great team speed. So even though that ball's not high in the air, their coverage team's getting down there.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 15. What do we have here? I don't see anything on the field. But I guess there was a false start. So that moves them back.
I think it was illegal substitution.
So down back to the 10. 5:36 left in this game. Motioning around. Holdhouse going to throw it. He's got some separation, but over his head. Incomplete. Watson the intended target. And it's 2nd down. That's another big thing we've noticed as well. Some of those big plays they've been aiming for, they haven't been able to convert on some of them. Others we have seen, though. We saw McMillan convert twice. We saw Watson convert once.
Some of those big plays have been underneath routes that run after catch made into a big play. But, yeah, they've connected on a couple downfield routes. But, just been beyond the receivers 5-6 times.
2nd and 15 from the 10. Holdhouse will scramble and keep it. Towards the 15, he'll step out. So it'll be a 3rd and 10 coming up here. For Macomb backed up. 5:26 left in this game. In this situation, there's no doubt, no matter where you're at,
you're
this
going
is a
for
4-down territory.
Yep.
So they put him at the 14. It's a 3rd and 11. They have 2 plays to get to the 25. The clock at 5:26. Holdhouse, quick pass.
Oh!
Incomplete. He was unable to come down with it, and he throws the ball on the ground in frustration, and it's 4th down.
Had it in his fingertips and just couldn't bring it in.
4th and 11 from their own 14 as they trail by 9 late here to Murphysboro.
Now your dilemma here is, do you just rush 3? Nope. Yep. Nope.
Holdhouse to the left, throws it up, and it's incomplete. Watson the intended target. It's a turnover on downs. The Bombers go 4 and out. With 5:16 to go, the Red Devils are in the red zone. We've got 5:16 left. Red Devils are 14 yards away from extending this lead and potentially turning it into a 3-score game if they decide they want to do that. But first, they need to get those 14 yards. 1st and 10. Figure to Kellum. Kellum down to about the 8. Give him 6 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
You can 100% anticipate that the Bombers are going to be trying to rip that ball away.
2nd and 3 from the 7. Under 5 minutes now. On 2nd down, Kellum in the backfield. And there it is, Kellum. Inside the 5. About the 3. Should be enough.
Yep, they've pulled it back, so it's 1st and goal. They've got 4 opportunities here to punch this ball into the end zone. You're looking for
under 4 minutes to go.
11, 15. The Bombers may be letting them score here.
First down. Kellum. And it looks like he is able to get in. Have an afternoon. Tyjair Kellum with another touchdown here in the 2nd half. And the Red Devils are ahead 48-33 with 3:33 to go.
So now it's 15. So
if I'm Murphysboro, I'm going for 2.
Yeah.
Because this is a 3-score game if you get this. And in terms of
trying
to pick up 3 scores, but they're coming out to kick it.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously their kicker has been money today. You know, you get to 16, you make a max out 2 scores.
Yeah.
Under 4 minutes to go.
Snap, hold, kick from Brooks. Is good. So 49-33, and as you said, maxed out 2 scores to tie this game. They'd have to win it in 3 scores. And almost in a situation like that with 3:33 to go, you think, try to pick that up in overtime here. But shall see. 3:33 left, 16 points. Back after a short break.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Welcome back, everyone, as the Red Devils took in the 4-hour trip to Macomb. They're 3:33 away from advancing to the next round. They're ahead 49-33. 3:33 to go. And they will kick away here after Kellum with his 3rd touchdown of the half.
See, look where he's just putting it every time.
Yeah, that's a perfect
Now,
spot.
that one goes out of bounds.
Yeah. So the Bombers will take the field.
This is their
2
best
timeouts.
Their best starting position off of a kick yet.
Yeah. Yeah, all of them have been inside the 25 and
inside the 20.
Yeah, all of them except one has been past the 15, or has been behind the 15. Excuse me. So they're at the 35 for this first down and 2 timeouts, 3:33. 16 points to make up.
Now, we know that the Bombers can score quickly, and they've shown that even today. But, you're going to do that. It'll be interesting to see what kind of defense does Murphysboro run. All right.
Watson has it to the 43-44. Gain of 8. Slow to get up. Is the lineman, 55.
Hector Mamie.
Yeah, he's slow to get up, but able to get up. They have to go here down to 3:05. Second down and 2. Holthouse is going to throw it over Watson's head, incomplete.
You know what? Smart decision right there by Drew Watson. He starts to go up to try to catch that ball, pulls his hand down, knowing, number one, I'm not gaining any yards.
Yeah.
Number two, I keep the clock moving.
Yeah. So third down. 3rd and 2, 3:02 at the 43.
One-on-one.
Holthouse is going to keep it.
Oh, boy.
He's going to lose about a yard. The Red Devils defense gets him behind the line for a tackle for loss, and it's 4th down. 4th and 3. 4th and 2 at the 43. Down to 2:40 in this game. This is it for the Bombers here. Needing to get to the 45 to keep the season alive. Complete. Watson past the 50. Holds on to it down to the 46. So a 4th down conversion down to 2:23. That clock does stop as a result of a first down. But then it'll run on his signal, on the official signal. First and 10. Holthouse. Gonna fire it deep. Too much. Incomplete. Second down.
Looks like he was targeting Drew Watson on that time and threw it beyond his reach.
So 2nd and 10. We've got 2:08. And again, the Bombers with a pair of timeouts. Not all 3. They had to use that one earlier in the half on a 3rd down play. 2nd and 10. Holthouse over 300 yards on the afternoon. And there is some movement from, I want to say, the Red Devils, and there it is. So it turns into a 2nd and 5 from the 37.
Now they got trips to the far side, and Kylan McMillan isolated down here, but they've got the bracket on him. But this time, that safety is back at about 9 yards.
2nd and 5 from the 41. Holthouse over the middle, complete for the first down. Watson going all the way inside the red zone down to the 17. So the clock will stop briefly here. Then you got to go quick.
Yep, come on, line. Be on the line. Be ready.
Clock is now running officially. 1:57, 1st and 10 from the 18. Holthouse scrambles. He fires.
Oh, boy.
Picked off. Holthouse's first pick of the afternoon. And the Red Devils are going to come away. All things considered, coming away with a road victory here in Macomb. .144 to go. Holthouse's first interception of the afternoon. As the Red Devils will take the field. Two timeouts.
Yeah, that one, it looked like, I'm not sure what Braden thought he had. I think he just kind of threw it up there and was hoping that one of his guys would make a play, but wasn't a Bomber jersey in sight.
1st and 10 from the 16. It's Kellum, and there he goes to the 22. You look at players who had a huge impact on this game, and I think Kellum is at the top of this list.
Oh, absolutely. You know, we knew going in he's the workhorse, and he has proven to be that today. I think right now the referees who've by and large kept their flags in their pockets all day need to make sure that, you know, you've got emotional teenagers out there on the field. Some of them are playing football for the final time in their life.
Yeah.
You know, just don't let things get to a point to where, you know, because this has been a good football game.
Yeah. 2nd and 3, 3 yards away from the sealer. Callum is going to seal it. And there he goes. He might just add on another touchdown. Towards the 30, the 20, the 10, and there it is. Callum has his 4th touchdown of the afternoon. I mean, what else can you say? Callum.
Yeah, once he breaks through, it's difficult to bring that young man down.
55-33. Under a minute to play. Just an offensive explosion on the ground from Callum this second half. 68 yards, 1 rushing touchdown in this first half, in the second half with 3 touchdowns. Stoppage of play here.
Yeah, we knew coming into this that Murphysboro had a high-powered offense, that they're fast, physical, and Macomb played with them for, you know, the vast majority of this football game. And then, you know, here at the end, you got to take a couple of chances, really, when you get behind the 8 ball that far, and just hasn't worked out. And Murphysboro, it appears, will advance down to Breeze. And I tell you, the Bombers missing the playoffs last year, coming into this year, had a pretty darn good football year. You know, 7-2, really felt like they could have been 9-0, and they could have been. You know, and at that point, you're not playing Murphysboro, but be that as it may.
Yeah.
The fact is that they were here, and, you know, a lot of opportunities to win this football game.
Yeah.
Which, against a very good football team, you know, you've proven you belonged. You just, you know, got to get over that hump. Now we're 0-3 against Murphysboro. Obviously played them 3 of the last 4 years. But, you know, really like the way this program is developing.
Yeah.
And while we're losing, obviously, some big-time weapons, we still have weapons coming back.
Yeah.
We'll see a new quarterback next year. However, we still have Drew Watson coming back. We have Kylan McMillan coming back. So whoever that new quarterback is going to have some weapons to play with.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's Kyler Norton's a sophomore. And, of course, on the defensive side, Drake May. And the offensive side, he's played a big role at running back here and there throughout the season.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are going to be coming back. You've got some guys that are underclassmen that have been playing in JV games and maybe getting a little cup of coffee here and there with the varsity that are looking for their opportunities. So, you know, we'll see what we have coming back next year.
Yeah. And you got to feel, obviously, for those seniors here, I mean, if they don't go to college, obviously, their last game. There's a nice run down to the 35.
Yep, Jerron Petty getting a run there at the end, a senior.
Yeah. We'll see if they want to. Yeah, they'll get another playoff here. 35 seconds left. The clock will roll down. As you said, credit to Murphysboro. They came out here, that 4-hour trip. They took care of business here this afternoon in Macomb. Down to 22 seconds as that was a game about 2. We do have a flag on the field, though. And as we said, Murphysboro will play Breeze Central next weekend. A date and time to be determined. And they will do a face mask on that play, so we'll add some yardage down to the 48.
I love getting Jerron Petty a couple of carries, but you know what? I'd just love to see him, you know, give Holdhouse one more opportunity. At Kylan McMillan, you've got one-on-one.
See here. First down?
Nope, and I
on the line.
Totally understand it.
Yep. It's a loss of 3 Clock will wind down. As you said, for the third time in 4 years, Murphysboro meets Macomb and comes out on top. 56-33 the final on this Saturday afternoon. The Red Devils advance. The Bombers are eliminated. So they'll do their sportsmanship. We have Horrell hugging Petty over there in the middle of the field. And we'll see the sportsmanship commence. It was a great game. 3.5. We saw that 3.5. It was one possession.
Oh, absolutely.
3.5 quarters you saw go back and forth, and then in those final 5 minutes, Murphysboro was able to pull through, and they came out on top. 56-33 again, that final score. We're going to take a break. On the other side of this, we'll have Coach Horrell joining us here. Again, 56-33 the final here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
All right, welcome to halftime here. Patrick Osterman with us, and we talk about behind-the-scenes stuff all the time. The guy running the board right now, kind of crazy.
I don't know if you could get a much higher title running the board behind the scenes of an interview at McDonough District Hospital other than our president and chief executive officer, Bill Murdoch. But we appreciate Bill helping us out.
Yeah, he's game to help with everything. I'm guessing your job has to be a little more relaxed now. He seems to be like a pretty good guy to work with.
I tell you what, Bill has done a fantastic job. You knew just how good of a person he was, having worked with him for the last 5 years prior as our chief financial officer. And when he was promoted to our chief executive officer, I was all excited about it. I think everybody in the organization was very excited about it. You talk about, do you need to do a national search? And our board of directors, I give them all the credit in the world. They listen to the staff. They listen to the community members and said, you got somebody here who knows what they're doing, is a great person, does a great job. He knows the community. He's invested in the community, and it's been a great 2024 so far. And we've got a lot of bright future, a lot of great things that we're looking ahead towards.
Well, it's nice because MDH has been so embedded in the community, right? It is always nice to have somebody at the top and throughout the system that's also embedded in what the community has to offer and needs.
Absolutely. With my job, I do a lot of community relations. I get out, talk with businesses, talk with organizations. And one of the first conversations I had with Bill when he stepped into that new role, he said, Pat, I want to get out in the community. And we've been able to do that. We've gone out and met with our regional healthcare colleagues, CEOs, just talking about what can we do together? Is there anything we can do together? Rural healthcare is tough. There's a lot of challenges we face, but if we work together, maybe play to each other's strengths, I think we can both succeed. And that's the best way that we can help serve our community, help serve the patients that we are here to serve.
Well, and improving your brand is always a good thing, right? Whether it's a hospital or TSSR Game Time Live, improving your brand is a good thing. Getting out in the community helps that, but also expanding your options helps that as well, right?
Absolutely. One of the things you always look at is clinical partnerships. If we can't get a physician here, is there another healthcare organization that we can do what we call a clinical partnership with? Blessing Health is a great example out of Quincy. They bring cardiologists up here, a pulmonologist. We have a urologist that comes up here once a week. So our patients in McDonough County, they don't have to drive down to Quincy or maybe Springfield or maybe Peoria. If we can find those clinical partnerships where they can be seen here in Macomb, it's just a win-win for everybody.
Well, last year we talked about expanding to Monmouth with you. We talked about the pharmacy. As we talked to Bill, the pharmacy is expanding, and I shouldn't say expanding, it's coming to completion. You've done great things, I think, in Monmouth. What's down the road for MDH? Are you at a point that you can talk about anything that's coming?
I think we just got to keep looking on how we can continue to grow, and that's been one of our focal points. We do strategic planning on a quarterly basis. We want to look ahead, 2-3 years down the road, but as we said, there's a lot of dynamics going on in healthcare right now. So if you get too far ahead, you kind of lose sight what could be coming right around the corner. So that's why we try to keep it more of a short term, yet still look ahead to the long term. Like we said, our biggest challenge is how can we continue to grow? We've been here for over 65 years. what can we do as an organization, as a staff, as an administration team to make sure we're still around here for 65 years and beyond.
As public relations guy for the hospital, what do you want to use this opportunity to tell the people that might be watching about MDH in 2024 that's different maybe than what they expected or saw from 2023 or before?
Well, as you just talked about, our clinical expansions, as you said, Monmouth, our MDH Monmouth Clinic, convenience clinic, sports med and rehab. We got great staff up there, and I think that's a common theme. I know Bill talks about this a lot. I 100% on board with this too. I agree 100%. I would think you'd ask any of our staff members, they would say that we got a great team right now. We do a great job working together, and I think that's how we can play to our strengths to help grow. You talked about the community pharmacy. We're excited when that starts coming online and how we can best serve our community. A lot of convenience. I think one thing that we learned from COVID, people love convenience. We got our drive-through labs, and now you got our drive-through community pharmacy. A lot of good things going on. Stay tuned. It's an exciting time right now in our organization.
Well, have some fun at baseball this weekend, okay?
We're going to have some fun. A lot of fall baseball going on as we record this right before the start of high school football season. I know we're going to have a lot of great football games. We want to wish all of our area teams the best of luck this year.
We'll be right back with the second half right after this.
Back with you here as the Red Devils come out on top, 56-33 here in round one. They will be home next weekend against Breese Central. He's Tony Weston. I'm Caden Strenz. In a close game the whole way, and obviously we saw Murphysboro slip away with it late. But overall, it was a very competitive afternoon here in Macomb.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at that final score, and you know, you're going to think it was a different game than it was. There were moments, obviously, Macomb looking to tie it up right there at the end of the half, a 2-point conversion short, and then did some really nice things in the second half. After the second half started out as bad as you can imagine. Just did not go the Bombers' way at all, but kept it within that 2-score margin, came out, made a play, got a touchdown, got it back within 1 score. They got their 2-point conversion. And then the defense made 2 stops, had 2 drives in a row where they get stops. I think they had a TOD, and then they had they forced a punt.
Yeah.
And, we talked about it at one point during the game. It comes back to the ability to flip the field. And not only flip the field, but the ability to force your opponent into inopportune starting possessions. Other than turnovers on downs, the Bombers were starting inside their own 20, inside their own 15, almost every drive. That's tough sledding. Yeah. Now, they're able to turn those into points, which is a credit to them, but that's not ideal. So, and then they punt the ball. Ball hits the ground, rolls 15 yards.
15, right?
We punt the ball hits,
or like the one time when they kicked it off, and the one time that the Bombers were going to assume it roll into the end zone, and then it just bounced forward, and it was like, oh, man, what else can you do? And sometimes that's just how it goes.
Yeah, that's that snowball coming down the hill. And if these two teams play 100 times, Murphysboro doesn't win 100 of them, for sure. But today was, by all the things we're talking about right now, you can tell that today was their day. And in that point, what do you do other than tip your hat and console your seniors and move on? Yeah. But, because as we look to the future, as we talked about and alluded to a little bit earlier, Macomb has weapons coming back. This cupboard is not bare. Got to figure out what we're going to do on that offensive line. Got to get some guys coached up, ready to go. But you've got a couple of really big-time targets in Drew Watson and Kylan McMillan that you're going to be able to throw to. You've got Nolan Hogue, which I'm going to tell you right now, my prediction, huge step forward out of him next year. That's going to be one of your guys to watch next year is Nolan Hogue. I think he's going to develop into that sort of number 3 option, that slot receiver. They'll probably use him. They may even end up using him a little bit, probably not as much like they used Absard Logan this year, but similar. They might use him out of that H and out of that slot, move him around a little bit, but we'll see how that goes. We got Coach Horrell here right now.
Is joining us.
As he's getting the cans on right here. Coach, what can you say? It was a great football game for 3.5 plus quarters. It got away from you at the end, but if you go back to the beginning of the season and we're told, hey, you're going to get 7-2, you're going to get a home playoff game with Murphysboro again, you're going to have an opportunity late in the game. Would you sign that contract?
100%. 100%. The work these kids have put in, especially these seniors, from the time they were freshmen to now, is incredible. I don't think I would ever seen a 7-2 season when they were sophomores. That's how much work they put in, and they're an outstanding group. Every day, you look forward to going to practice and putting in the work because they're asking questions. They want to get better, and that's what makes a good football team. And I thought we were a great football team at the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. And I tell you what, one of the things that going into this, we didn't get to have our lunch this year, but one thing we would have talked about at our lunch is concerns about the line.
Yep.
Coming from last year into this year. And it was, I want to say it was the Breeze game where at halftime, I think you guys challenged them a little bit, and they came out and controlled that football game, and they looked like a different unit from that point throughout the season. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%. Just night and day from last year, even those first couple weeks. We ran for a lot of yards today even. Obviously, a couple possessions we wish we had back, but they put in the work and they ask questions. They're not the biggest and strongest kids, but they understand leverage and they understand their job, and 3 of them don't come off the field. So that's just hard work, dedication, love for the game.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I know right now this is a time for consoling your seniors and putting a cap on things, but we were touching on it a little bit. You're gonna look to a new quarterback, first time in a couple of years, but that quarterback's gonna be gifted some weapons.
Yeah. We got a plethora of wideouts and a running back. Drake's gonna get a lot more carries next year, and Drew and Kylan are back, and Nolan.
I just told Caden, I think that last year my pick was Kylan McMillan to have that, and I don't think Nolan obviously has that kind of dynamic impact, but I think where he's not going to be a fullback like Noah Logan, he's going to probably move around a little bit and fill and be a good slot guy.
And Kyler Norton.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
No, whoever wins that quarterback job next year is going to have guys around them that can make plays, and just got to distribute the football, or possibly run whoever wins that job. So a lot to look forward to going forward. I'm really encouraged by our fresh soft group. Their work this summer was outstanding. I would say the hardest working group we had in the weight room. So if we can build on that and get this program going a little further, I'm sick of losing in the first round.
Yeah, well, you didn't a couple of years ago.
That's
you
true.
got that massive win against QND. Let's remember that.
I'm sick
Coach.
of losing to Murphysboro.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. But I'll tell you what you can do is just go tell Coach Ladd it's all on him. He's got to develop the line, and it's next year is on his shoulders. How about that?
Let's get him in the wrestling room.
There you go. Hey, I agree with you, Coach. I know you don't want to hear it right now, but it's a fine season.
It was.
You guys had a great season, played well. I thought that there were a lot of kids that took huge steps forwards, and quite honestly, there were a lot of moments where I was up here jumping up and down about you guys as coaches and the growth and adjustments that were made in game, in series, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch. And in a year 4, those are the things that you look at and you're like, this is going the right direction.
Yeah. I think we're going the right way. We had a little setback last year, but those are going to happen. So we just got to keep getting forward, be a consistent winner, consistently get in the playoffs, and at some point we need to start making some noise.
Well, fine season, Coach. Go down and be with your kids. And
thank you guys for
we'll
broadcasting.
see you soon.
I really appreciate it.
Coach Hortle joining us there. And Tony, I know we did 3 weeks.
That was great, Cade,
so
man. It
fun.
was awesome.
And
I
you know
really
what?
appreciate you.
Maybe next year.
I wish
do it again.
I wish the camera could see. There's one fan that's just staying behind and picking up all the garbage in the bleachers. Just how awesome.
Yeah.
And by the way, she's absolutely beautiful lady.
Yeah.
Just picking up the crowd. Oh, that's my wife. That's Mrs. Weston down there. Yeah. God bless her.
Appreciate that.
Well, you know
much.
she's a
That's
saint
true.
because she's been married to me for 20 years.
Yeah. There's the wave. Oh, man. Well,
hey, thank you
go.
just so much. It's been a nice ride these last 3 weeks. And
hey, I'm still here next year. Maybe next year. Still be in Macomb every Friday night doing these games.
There we go. Get
we'll
that
see.
consistent partnership. That'd be great.
I got one more year here.
Perfect.
Maybe more, but probably one. So hopefully.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, Tony. And for one final time here, we say farewell. Final score 56-33 in favor of the Red Devils. And again, thank you this season for tuning in to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We will see you guys around. Have a great rest of, have a great rest of the month. Have a great rest of your day. And it's on to the winter season.